What a pro wants, what a pro needs.
Fucking hot. Boom! I'll grab it. Thanks.
Aaron Rodgers, we were just talking about football.
Hot start.
Yep. We can cut that out and restart.
Speaking of looking better than ever, that hat goes hard, Ticks. Kind of like it.
Tell you.
We're the ones. You're the twos.
Next.
Yinzer Nation, wake the fuck up. We are back. Episode, what's this, 39?
40.
Oh, 40. I was close. I'll get it one day. Yeah, special podcast here. We have Jordan Comadena of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Jordan, welcome to the pod, man.
Yeah, good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Jordan is the Pirates catching coach, bullpen catcher, and also the founder of Downtime Clothing. Jordan, before we get started here, I just have two questions for you, really non-baseball related. The first one is I have to know where the nickname Funky came from.
Okay, so that goes back a ways. I'm 38. I'll be 39 in November. There was a song by the artist Tone Loc from the early 90s that you've probably heard, but it's called Funky Comadena.
Okay.
So, anytime you look that up, you'll hear that song. And so, people see my last name or hear my last name, and that if you're of a certain age, that triggers that, either get called Funky or people ask, hey, do people call you Funky or what's your nickname? Or, and I always, yeah, that's right. And it's from the song. And, when I was with Houston as a player, it was like mid 2000s. I don't even know if anybody knew my name was Jordan. I mean, literally everybody called me Funky. It was on all my stuff, so it was good. It's something that it has kind of an interesting story to it, and it's as baseball lends itself to nicknames and having a slang term to call just about everybody. So I had one that was pretty convenient and well used.
Yeah, it's unique.
Yeah.
I mentioned you're the founder of Downtime Clothing. You want to talk about that a little bit? Maybe what drew your interest into the clothing apparel business?
Yeah, so the Downtime Clothing stuff is just something that I do in my downtime. I mean, it's kind of how the name is purposed there. And I started the idea. It's something I've always kind of wanted to do, and I've always liked buying things or getting items and sort of modifying them, or just kind of putting my own touch, making things my own. I've always, when I go shopping or go and look to buy something, I like finding things that people don't have or have never seen before, or that sort of unique quality. So during 2020, when we were shut down because of COVID, obviously had a lot of time on my hands and started just sketching some things and thinking about just being creative, as ways to pass the time, and thought, maybe I can try starting, a little something and see what happens, and so that's really kind of how it started, and it's just continued to grow, a little bit over the last few years. And I feel like the quality of the product I'm able to deliver to the consumer is as good as it's ever been. I feel like, trying to just create things that I would want to wear, is really a lot of the genesis of it. Various designs or ideas come from things that have had some level of significance in my life, or somewhere that I've been, or something that I can resonate with, are all, a lot of the design inspirations, or a lot of things tied to Pittsburgh, and that's, me too. My family's from Pittsburgh. My dad's from Bell Vernon. My mom is from Sharon, PA. So Western PA is always, forever has been part of my family and part of my growing up. So a lot of the Pittsburgh inspo, like I did stuff. I've done stuff probably the last 2 or 3 years in the spring, that are Pittsburgh, specifically pirate type, theme or related something or other, whether it's a hat or a shirt or whatever. Um, and so it just kind of goes from there. And if you can tell by some of the pirate theme stuff, I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm partial to the red in the uniform.
Oh, we
need it
love
back
the red.
so
Bring it back.
bad.
Yeah, so I did the red bill hat this year. I've done a T-shirt with the yellow with red trim on a black shirt design. I've done hoodies with those. Like anywhere I can mix in some black, yellow, and red in a pirate themed whatever, I'm gonna do it because the red I'm big in moderation, tastefully done. The red is outstanding.
I think O'Neal Cruz is doing his best to get red back in the Pirates uniform with them arm
Yeah,
sleeves too.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, a lot of guys have started to mix in more and more red, which fires me up anytime I see them, going that way because I think it looks really sharp.
It does. I know you can't see us, but I am repping the hat. I know it's a pain in the ass.
Nice.
Those hats sell out real quick. So it's definitely a popular item out there
Yeah.
for them hat goers.
Yeah, I think there should be more. I restocked the red bill hats because those had totally sold out. So, and I have a couple online available, and then the rest of the stash is over at Daily Bread over on Penn Avenue in over by in Shady Side
Yeah.
area.
It's right by
Yeah.
Dice, like the high school.
Alder Days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's some of my gear is over there. Sean Devine, the guy that runs Daily Bread's been great and has given me that opportunity to have some inventory and stuff on the shelves and on the racks and everything. So it's pretty cool. He's done a good job growing his brand and his footprint in the city, and to have my stuff, in there with everything else that's going on in that shop I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
So,
very cool.
so anybody that's in Pittsburgh, that's the place to buy it right now in store.
Sweet. Then maybe check it out. Five of us
check
go
it
down
out.
and check it out for
Yeah.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
a cool store. I've been there before.
Yeah, it is a cool store. They got the sneaker shop, and they got a whole bunch
Say
of stuff
less.
going
I'll
on
be
over
there.
there. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'll go there.
They have it's a good group of guys that are over there. I haven't been there in a little while, but I've been there a few times, and I've liked all of my interactions there.
Neat. Moving on to baseball here. I saw you're a alumni of the Boilermakers. Maybe tell us a little about your collegiate career.
Yeah. Played at Purdue 2005 to 2008. Was recruited out of Normal West High School in Normal, Illinois to be a catcher primarily over at Purdue. But then when I got over there, was kind of moved around more so to get my bat in the lineup. So I ended up kind of sticking out in the outfield, caught a little bit, played all around the outfield, and then throughout college just played really every position outside of short and pitcher. So was just kind of a utility guy. Hit leadoff in college, could run, and took pride in playing, all over the field defensively, and then just try to get on base and make things happen, be a run producer in that way. So that was kind of my game as a collegiate player, and then had an opportunity with the Astros, played in their minor league system parts of 4 years, and was primarily a catcher in professional baseball just because and when signed with the Astros, they knew I had a background as sort of a utility guy and played all over, predominantly in the outfield. But I told them, I want to catch. I want an opportunity to catch and to be viewed in that way and to try to make a team. I felt like that was my best opportunity to stick around and to be able to play and all those things. So catching is what I did, and and that's sort of parlayed into some coaching ventures after my pro days, and then now obviously into what I'm able to do with the Pirates.
Did you get invited to any spring trainings with the Astros with the organization?
No major league spring trainings, no.
Gotcha.
Just minor league spring training, yeah.
What's the big difference? Obviously, you're at the the major league level now for spring training. What's the big difference between like major league and minor league spring training?
the duration of the day, well, if you're talking from a player standpoint, the duration of the day, the volume of everything that's going on, the numbers, like just the sheer volume of players that are just everywhere. Um, there's a lot of things. I mean, it's minor league camp, right? So like, it's not the big leagues. It's not big league camp. I mean, it's going to be different. So, um, it's been some time, obviously, since I was playing, but from a player's perspective, I feel like from the major league side, and I even remember viewing this from afar as a player. Like, man, being over in big league camp's got to be pretty nice, like no shit.
Right.
But also, like, you're just watching them and being like, man, that's pretty chill over there. Like, that's where we need to be. Um, so I think the volume and just the attention to detail in terms of just getting what you need, understanding it's not a marathon, or it's not a sprint, but it's a marathon, and like, you have a lot. Spring training is longer. It's shorter than you think, but it's longer than you think as well. Like, you're going to get all your work in, you're going to be ready, and like, the big league side, especially for guys who are like legitimately in position to potentially make the team, or at least be in camp until that last day, where then they know they have a for sure kind of role in AAA, or they're going to be playing. Like, those guys are in kind of a different class in terms of they know where they're going to be. Essentially, they're going to be playing a full year. They might be in the big leagues or in AAA, but they're going to be getting regular at bats. They're going to be playing. They're going to be, and so they're kind of comfortable to some degree in terms of knowing the pace at which they need to work to get going. On the minor league side, like, outside of like some top prospects who show up and knowing where they're going to go, like, so much of minor league camp is just like everybody's hair's on fire from day one.
Oh yeah.
And like, you just are trying to just work and work and work, to make an impression and just to make sure you're ready, and just so many different things. It's just kind of that match, especially early in the minor leagues, your first few spring trainings. I mean, it's very stressful, and your hair's on fire, and the pace at which everything goes and the volume of work that you get on a daily basis is probably much higher than it would be in big league camp.
Interesting. Never really thought about the big difference between major and minor league spring training there.
Yeah.
So obviously you ended up in Pittsburgh. Before we get into that, what were you doing in those couple of years between your tenure with the Astros and until the time that you decided to come on back to the black and gold?
So I was coaching at a junior college in Illinois, in Champaign, Parkland Junior College, and it's a very good D2 junior college in Illinois. I was there for a year, was a volunteer assistant, at Purdue in 2016 before I got on with the Pirates. And then and prior to that, so 13-14, I was working for Chandler Bats. So was helping with like the Midwest region in our pro sales division, essentially. And so as guys would come around through the Midwest, I'd go and tend to bat issues that they may have, and would go to spring training, would go to the winter meetings, and doing a bunch of different things with them. And so it was interesting and fun. Met some cool people and got to do some neat things, but always knew I wanted to be on the field. And be like close. I wanted to be in the locker room, and be on the field, and obviously at that point it would have been from a coaching perspective, but wanting to be around the game in that capacity, and so that's what got me to Parkland to, get coaching at the junior college level, and then to Purdue, and then fortunate enough to get the opportunity with the Pirates.
So how'd that conversation arise? That you obviously ended up back here in Pittsburgh.
So that's kind of an interesting story. So I was at Purdue in 2016, was the vol assistant. it is April when I finally got a call from the Pirates, but probably around January, I got an email or a call from a friend of mine who was a pitching coach at the University of Indianapolis, who I had worked with previously at Parkland the year prior. And he said he got a email forwarded onto him from the head coach at Pitt at the time that the Pirates were looking to add another bullpen catcher. And so he, got this email and opened it and read it and then thought of me. And so called me, told me about, what he had gotten. I said, okay, well, you could forward on. I sent him a resume, like put some, resume together, gave him a list of contacts, 3 or 4 guys, and sent it to him and said, thanks, do whatever you got to do with this, I guess,
Right.
and appreciate it. So, I never followed up with him about anything. I didn't hear anything back, and a couple months had gone by. So now, like I said, it's April. The college season has been going since the middle of February. We're into the spring, midway through our season. And it was a Monday morning, and I remember my phone ringing. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, and
Good wake up call.
Yeah, and I remember my daughter. I was just kind of laying there waiting for her to wake up, and I remember seeing a 412 number pop up on my phone, but I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh, that's weird, and just ignored the call.
Damn scammers.
So I listened to the voicemail they leave me, and I listened to the voicemail, and it's Clint Hurdle, and I'm like, holy smokes! Like,
That's
okay,
pretty cool.
so I gotta call him back. So, call him back. He answers. We talked for probably 20, 25 minutes, and obviously had gotten my name and information, and they had done some vetting on me, and so he expressed to me their interest in the situation and how it was going to work out. They were in Detroit finishing up a wraparound series, and we're playing a day game the next 2 days and then going home. So he said, okay, talk it over and do what you got to do. Call me tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So I do the things I need to do. I call him back the next day, 7:30 in the morning.
Return the favor.
Yeah, let's go. We'll be there. So for my first year in 16, I only was at home games. Partially because of the reason that I was still with Purdue. So if Purdue or if the Pirates were home, I would go to Pittsburgh and be with the Pirates. And then if the Pirates were away, then I would be wherever Purdue was. And so I was balancing that back and forth for a little while until the Purdue season ended. Yeah, a lot of travel. I told him, let's go. And so that was a Tuesday. And then on Friday night, I was in Pittsburgh, and it was Jackie Robinson Day, April 15th.
That's pretty cool. Good debut.
Of 2016. Yeah. That was my first night in Pittsburgh. So, and it's just continued to go from there. 2017, I was with the team the whole time, spring training and beyond, and first year traveling and all of that. And, and as the years have gone on here, I've been fortunate to, still be here and to still, have an opportunity to impact our club and our organization, and continue to grow my role as the years have gone on, and, just continue to try to do my part to, help us as an organization get to where we want to get to.
I'll put you on the spot here real quick. Do you remember who started that game for the Pirates?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't. Was it Garrett?
Looks like it was Jeff Locke.
I was gonna say Jeff Locke. I was gonna say Jeff Locke, but I went with Garrett because he's pitching tonight. I'm watching the Yankees game too.
Oh yeah, we have it on too.
I was thinking that's where you were going with the Garrett because he's pitching right now, but I did think Jeff Locke. Jeff was great. Him and I got fairly close that year. He was a funny guy and just like getting him going, telling stories, and like we would just sit out in the bullpen sometimes in the afternoon and just chill and talk, and it was great.
That's cool, just to have like a laid back conversation outside of like being professionals too.
Yeah. So cool, nice, Jeff Locke.
Great guy.
He's like, I'm never forgetting that now.
Yeah.
So like I said, we each have a question here for you.
Okay.
I'll go first here. You mentioned that you're a Steeler fan, right?
Yes.
All right.
Time.
Is there a better defensive player in the world than T.J. Watt?
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
As much as Pro Football Focus will want to grade Myles Garrett somehow for just tying his shoes,
right?
He had a better pass rush rating or whatever. If you just watched that game last week, and TJ's ability to meet the demands of the game and his football IQ and awareness is so off the charts, it's unbelievable. Like, people have no idea how fast that game is moving and how quickly those plays and all of that is happening in real time. And for him to twice perfectly just knuckle up and absolutely punch out 2 balls at that like speed and is incredible.
I don't know what would
like
be worse.
Completely intentional. Here comes the play. Okay, I'm rushing the passer now. It's a run play. Now I'm a football player. Go make the play. There's the ball. Boom. Like, fumble. Perfect. I mean, it's incredible. His motor is so high. Like, every athlete at every level should watch like 10 snaps of TJ Watt.
Yep.
Like, this is what it's supposed to look like. Don't take a play off. It's high motor, high IQ, every single play.
Going 110% every down.
Every play. It's amazing. I love it. He's great.
I feel like I had to throw a little curveball out there. You know, obviously being with the Pirates, I had to get that little Steelers jab in there real quick.
Yeah, no, he's the best.
Can you imagine lining up against him? Like
Yeah,
you're in the film room. They're like, "All right, you got TJ this week." I'd be like, "I'm done. I'm retiring. I'm not doing this."
I got the stomach bug. I'm out this week, Coach.
Yeah, you better bring. Yeah, that's right. You better bring your A game, because he's coming.
He'll still beat you.
Every play.
What's even more impressive, this year more than previous years is the fact that he's getting like double and triple teamed, and of course held every single play.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, I think probably that more than anything.
And he should have broke the all-time sack record, but I mean, hey, who's counting here?
Yeah. He's quickly falling into the James Harrison. He just gets held every play. Like, you can't throw a flag every play. And Harrison was the same way. He's coming off the edge, that tackle's in no man's land. He's just got hooking his arm around his neck, pulling.
Right.
He's getting held every play, but I guess they can't throw a holding flag on every down, but you could almost.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, he has 2 against him this year, which is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, 2 through 6 games?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It should be at least 20, but I mean, Dylan here has a question for you.
So one of our favorite artists on the pod, his name is Mike, who you might be familiar with. How did you end up catching his first pitch, and then how big of a Mike fan are you?
I'm a big Mike fan. I went to his concert the night before. So
we were all in that back left corner, just hanging out with all the Steves.
Okay. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it was a great show. And Patrick Kurish, our PR guy, helped me with the tickets. I went through him to get the tickets, so he must obviously just assumed I'm a big fan, which I am. Wanted to go to the show, and then he's always looking for people to that need catch first pitches and whatever. And so he asked me, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Sick. That'll be fun. I'd like to meet him, and chat him up. So that's something that's a cool part of getting to do something like that, is to just have 10 minutes or something over on the side where it's just you and them just hanging, talking, whatever. And Mike's obviously a baseball guy, and played, obviously everybody knows the story. So like, to just talk to him and have him ask questions like specific to our team and about baseball and just like the state of the game and this and that was like pretty cool. Cool little conversation to talk with him about baseball. And then I knew he really takes those first pitches seriously.
Real
Oh,
serious.
yeah.
So, like,
Real
I've
serious.
done it
Throw
before,
some gas.
and I haven't used my catcher's mitt. I'll just bring like another glove of mine. But I knew he was going to want to let him rip. So I came over and I had my good catcher's mitt, and I'm like, I'm ready, for you. And so then
Bring it.
I was a little worried with, well, I made sure to go ask him, hey, do you want to play catch a little bit before we do this?
Get that arm loose.
Because I know you're going to throw it like 90 miles an hour. And
Right, with no equipment on either.
Well, and like I haven't seen his arm, and like that's hard. Like, and so I haven't seen the arm action or like where the ball's coming out of, because there's like a lot going on there. His arm action's pretty stiff and kind of. So I'm like, I'd like to see at least one ball come at me before you're ripping it on the field. And so we were able to play some catch, and it helped because he has like there's some deception in there. Like, you don't see the ball. That front side gets up, and then like the back side's a little herky jerky, and then the ball kind of comes out of nowhere. Plus, he's wearing tennis shoes on dirt. Like there's the slip factor. Like you know where his ball's about to go. Because I know he's throwing it hard, so I'm like, okay, I got to be ready here. I got to be ready. But it went great. He did a great job. It was great to talk with him, and that was a fun night and next day.
Cool. Favorite Mike song?
Oh man, there's so many. The lows or the highs album was great, which you could pretty much let the highs and the lows just straight play and not have to change a song, which is just great. He Said She Said is probably one of my favorite songs on the lows.
Great song.
I mean, they're so good.
I'm a big Skylight fan. That's probably one of my
Skylight's
favorites.
great. Yeah.
My favorite's probably Rodman.
Great.
Rodman's a classic.
Rodman's great. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of good ones.
It's hard to pick.
It's hard to pick. Swish is probably one of my favorites from
Old school.
way back.
Yeah.
He played that at the show, at the concert the night
I
before,
remember.
which was awesome.
Sort of.
I'm like, man, they got to play Swish, because that song goes pretty hard for
I
him.
agree.
The beat on it's nice.
Oh yeah, he's great. He's great in person.
He is great in person. I thought he sounded every bit as good, if not better, live than on album. And I thought the same thing of Post Malone last year. We saw him twice. We saw him at PPG and we saw him at Star Lake. And he's the same. Like it's very similar to Mike, where it's like got that like raspy kind of twangy, just whatever throaty kind of voice to them. And I thought both Post and Mike sounded amazing live, like the best.
I'm not sure if
Probably
you're
two of the best shows I've been to.
I'm not sure if you're a skis guy or not, but we saw them, Mike and skis at was that Roxanne Theater?
Yeah,
4 years ago.
Sick, yeah. Country Anywhere is a great song.
That is a banger too. I kind of wish that skis would go on tour with him again, because the two. I mean, obviously the two of them sing a lot of songs together, but
yeah.
Who knows? We'll see. Maybe in the future, maybe Mike will run it back.
Yeah, it'd be cool. He was telling me, because I got one of the Steeler T-shirts from the Mike show. This is not my first rodeo shirt with the Steelers logo, and I was telling him the next day, I was like, hey, you guys killed the merch. Like, I thought,
we waited for 40 minutes for merch.
Well, my buddy snagged me a shirt before, so he had it waiting for me when I got over to the show. But I was telling him, man, you guys, I thought it was cool. Like, anything that you can tie, and I was talking specific to Pittsburgh, like any way you can tie anything into the sports teams. And he like finished my sentence, like, into sports. And I'm like, yeah, like people in Pittsburgh, they'll buy anything tied into like the Steelers, Penguins, Pirates. And he's like, dude, we set a venue record for most merch sales by any act that's ever been at AE that night that they were there with the merch. And he's like, on this whole tour, we've done that in every city. Like, we just tie our stuff into the sports teams. And he's like, we've made an absolute killing on merch. And so, are they dropping that tonight on his website?
I think it's either tonight or tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. And so they had that reel where they were pulling through all the shirt options. There were some nice shirts that they did for the tour. Yeah, all connected to the sports teams. Like, every team in whatever city they went to had something. It's pretty cool.
I think different Zach here has a question for you.
Yeah, Zach number 2. So Zach number 1 and Zach number 2, we were the ones that were talking to you in Cleveland when we were along like the fence.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, when we told you that Pittsburgh Clothing Company had a 15% off coupon. My question to you is, besides PNC, what's the favorite stadium that you've been in, or what's your favorite stadium you like to visit?
So I was fortunate this past year to finally check off all of the ballparks. So I've been to all the parks. We got to Oakland this year, and we got to the new Rangers Stadium. So I've seen them all. My favorite is probably Dodger Stadium. I think Dodger Stadium is just one of the coolest places on earth. It's so big. There's so much history. It is so loud. It's just packed out every night. Dodger fans are incredible there. And just like everything is immaculate. Like the surface is just immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
The energy in that place is really is real. Like you can feel the energy in that place every night. Like it's incredible. Just everything about it. Like it's the show. It's so show, Dodger Stadium. Everything about it. So that's one of probably my number one favorite. San Diego's up there. Yankee Stadium's up there. Toronto. Probably Atlanta. I really like going to Atlanta. Those are probably like my top 5, 6. Outside of PNC. San Francisco's ballpark. I like going there. It's pretty, but not so much the city. But I actually thought Oakland, for as much as it kind of gets dogged on, I thought Oakland was really, really cool, and it is a shame that they're not going to be there anymore. Because I thought the ballpark, obviously it needs work, and it's very old and it's been not kept up. But the inside, like the clubhouse and like inside is very outdated and old and not very nice. But once you step outside and you go into the dugouts and you go onto the field, it's like there's not much better. Mm-hmm. The playing surface was absolutely incredible. I couldn't believe how nice the playing surface was. The edging, it's a massive field, right? It's a football field. That there's all that foul territory. There's so much grass. It is pristine. It looks like a professional golf course, like fairway everywhere. The line, like the edging around all the outfield where it meets the warning track, like the edging is like razor sharp every direction, everywhere. The dirt is perfect. Like the weather is perfect. It was just like sitting there down the line on the field watching the game. It's like, damn, man, this is too bad. Like this is really cool out here. There's just everything. It's a beautiful night. This beautiful field. The stadium is not very big because like that top section is closed off, and like so everything's kind of intimate around that lower bowl behind, and it's like it's kind of cool. Like there's just so much history. It's unique and it's just neat. You wish you could see like if this place got fixed up, it would be really pretty neat. So that was the last of the old parks that I hadn't been to that we got to. So I was glad that I could see that Coliseum.
Love that. Our last and final Zach here has a question for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so my question was, do you plan to attempt to move further up like the coaching pool, or are you happy where you're at right now, or like what's your future plans?
Yeah, I would like to continue to grow my role, continue to grow my title. All of those things are very much things that I aspire to do and will do. It's just gonna continue to take time, and obviously this off season, who knows, if anything adjusts or changes, even with the Pirates, there's still some things that are to be decided in terms of some coaching roles that we need to fill on the staff, and just aligning things moving into next year. I mean, obviously the year just ended, so all this stuff is new, and still having discussions along the lines of those types of things. But absolutely, I want to continue to take on more responsibility, continue to grow my role, and at some point, sooner than later, would like to move on from catching, and be viewed more as a full-time coach for sure. As much as I have a large hand in what we do with our catchers in Pittsburgh, and have for the last few years. I want to continue to build on that and build on some of the other things that I'm doing behind the scenes on a daily basis for the organization, that just continue to add value, and look to move into a larger role. So we'll see how things go, but always looking to actively, pursue more for sure.
Love that. Corey, what do you got for him?
Hey, Jordan.
Hey.
What are your pregame rituals, if you have any, and whose pregame ritual stands out the most on the team?
Ooh, I don't know if I'd say I have any rituals, but I'm very much routine based, and have everything timed out pretty much. Like once we get off the field for BP, come in, I'll take a shower, put on all fresh clothes, uniform, go eat something, get something to eat, and have something to drink, and just kind of sit. I have maybe 25 minutes at that point to kind of do that. And then from there, once it got to about what time's the game? 6:40. So get to around 5:40. This past year, I was in the cage by 5:40, setting everything up for Grandal. He was like clockwork as well. Always in the cage or wherever we were doing a pregame an hour before. So I was usually there 5 or 10 minutes before that, because we're firing off at probably 55 before first pitch. So I mean, it's all every day. Come in, shower, eat, get dressed, boom, get ready for the catcher pregame, have the bullpen set up, throw with the catcher, run him through his pregame, game time. Like it's all just boom, 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 boom. All spaced out, timed out. Make sure I have enough time to get everything that I need to have done and ready and set up for anybody that needs to come and have access to anything out in the bullpen, starting pitcher, starting catcher, and away we go. So, and then Joey would always do his pregame out in the outfield, in the bullpen. Same with Davis or whoever. Yaz was always inside when we were at home, and then on the road, it kind of depended on the bullpen.
Speaking of pregame rituals, coming from a coaching perspective, we were all at Paul Skeens. I don't know if you heard him before or not. We were all at his debut. What was the atmosphere as a coach?
Yeah, it was
seeing
awesome.
that crowd.
Yeah, it was like an opening day vibe, a big series kind of late in the year vibe. Like it was awesome. I mean, you could see and feel the energy in the crowd, how engaged the crowd was with certain situations in the game, clapping, getting on their feet, like feeding into the momentum that Paul's building on the mound. It was great. It was an awesome day. Paul delivered, was as good as advertised. The crowd was outstanding. We won, and it was a great day.
Hands down, without a doubt, rookie of the year.
I mean, it's. I know Jackson Merrill has had a tremendous year. I think I saw, I forget who it was that said, and I'm not. This isn't a quote, but it's along these lines. It's something like, Jackson Merrill had a great year, but we're not going to see what Paul Skeens did for a long time. Like, there's going to be other rookies, that come in, position players that have like really strong rookie years. And Jackson Merrill he's an excellent player. He had a really good year, but like guys don't do what Paul did this year, very often. And so from that perspective, yeah, I mean, I feel like the guy started the All-Star game. Like,
Right.
how does he not win Rookie of the Year?
Right. Two months into his career.
Just based on we got to just put a bow on this year for him. Like, he's got to be the Rookie of the Year, and then we'll move into next year. So he's a special kid. I really enjoyed being around him, watching him work, just being a part of his process was a real joy for me, and honor, because he's going to be really good, and a special player for not only the Pirates but for baseball moving forward. Kid does everything right, works hard, got a great head on his shoulders, handles everything that goes into being him at a very high level. Super excited to see, watch him continue to grow and, see where he takes it.
Yeah, year two, big year two here. Full season, hoping for a Cy Young, but obviously more hoping for a playoff push here.
Yeah, that's right.
Last question before we wrap it up here. It's not sports related at all. Are you a Zin guy, and if so, what's your go-to flavor?
So, have you seen our Zin bag in the bullpen?
I have not.
Okay, so we had I got 2 toiletry bags, black and yellow, and I had a buddy of mine in Pittsburgh who does embroidery work, some of my downtime stuff. I had him do up one of the bags that had Zin it to win it on the side.
Okay, that's sweet. I like that.
And then the other side has, on the bag, it says Bullpen, but the P is the Pirates P.
That's cool.
So it's like Bullpen in block letters, but the P is the Pirates P. So our Zin bags, and they're on TikTok. I mean, we went viral, I think, not this year, but last year. Like, everywhere we went, people are hollering at us for Zins. We were in Detroit or something a couple years ago, and I hadn't got the bags yet, so I'm carrying around like a gallon size bag, like a Ziploc bag with like 30 Zin cans in it, and I'm like, this is the big leagues. Like, we got to do better than this plastic bag. Like, this is not it. So then when we got home, I got those toiletry bags and got them made up, and then I carry them out in those, and it's like, okay, like this is better. This looks good. And I never leave those bags unattended. Like, I joke, like I'm like a guy with the briefcase, handcuffed to his wrist going to the armored car. Because like if you left that bag out in the bullpen unattended and like went in for beef, like that thing would be cleaned out. I know, somebody grounds crew'd get into it or whatever. So I got it. It's with me. It's in my locker or it's on my person until I get to the bullpen, and then I set them down and
I love that.
ready to go.
Might have to do maybe a little Zin swap opening day next year above the bullpen.
Yeah,
Valuable,
there you go.
Cargo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Menthol is probably the number one though.
I'm a cool mint guy myself.
Yeah,
Citrus.
I just not wintergreen.
Oh,
Anything but
absolutely not.
wintergreen.
No. Have you, a little off topic here, have you seen the Swedish flavors from Sweden?
Well, we had some of the free FRE.
I've seen those. But
those are like we had those cans in like 15 milli.
Yeah,
God.
Sweden. If you buy the ones from Sweden, they have a black cherry, an apple mint, a lemon flavor, and they go all the way up to 15.
Yeah, these we had lush, like sweet something, lush, and wintergreen. The wintergreen was no good.
No,
Still
But
back.
I think it was lush and sweet were the other two that were pretty good. One tasted like bubble gum.
That's
And
interesting.
then I think the lush was like bubble gum, and then the sweet was, but yeah, I don't even. One of our other our mental skills coach was always big on those free pouches, so he would have a couple cans of his that I'd let him put in the bag. Because he'd always be out in the bullpen and need them or whatever in the afternoon, so they would be in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
that. That's awesome. Yeah, Jordan, that's all we got for you, man.
Awesome.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Make sure you guys check out Jordan's clothing apparel. I believe it's downtime_clothing_ on
On Instagram.
social medias.
Downtimeclothing.com. Yep. And I apologize for being late. I got hung up. I wasn't able to message you, so I'm glad you guys were still here.
It's
About
all right.
15
We appreciate you
minutes
stopping
late.
by, hanging out with us for a little
Yeah.
bit tonight.
Yeah, love you being here,
Anytime.
man.
This was great. Yeah, thank you.
All right, Jordan. That's
Go
all
Bucks.
we got. Yeah.
Okay.
Go Bucks. And, we'll see you
Hey,
opening
hey,
day.
here's one last question for you. What do you got on the Steeler uniforms for Sunday?
Oh, I love
Love
it.
it.
The block numbers.
Oh,
They
with
should be the
gray-
permanent jerseys. Like,
100%.
just make them the permanent jerseys.
Do you see the gray face mask they're doing with them too?
Yes.
I did see those.
Yeah, sign me up.
Man,
Spreads minus
those are
30.
so sick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Steelers by 4 scores easily.
Oh, they have no chance. Jets are done.
Devontae
Yeah.
Adams has no chance.
No. They'll just stick Joey Porter on him and he'll be done.
Yeah.
Joey Island, put him on there,
Yep, add him to the list.
lock him up.
All right,
But
Jordan.
yeah, those are sick. I agree with you. The block number Steeler jerseys, make them the every week, every uni, every
Absolutely.
bring them back.
100%.
The best.
All right,
So,
that's all we got tonight. Like I said, appreciate you stopping by, hanging out with us, and we'll see you opening day next year.
sounds great. Let me know, and you can bank on it. I don't know if they'll do it for opening day because I think I had somebody ask this year. I was going to say I'll get you guys on the field for BP, but I don't think opening day they do that because it's too crazy. So let me know another game, not opening day, and
For
I'll
sure.
get you guys on the field.
Awesome.
Thanks, man. That's
Sweet.
awesome.
Love it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Much appreciate that.
you got it.
All right, Jordan. We'll talk to you
Absolutely.
later, man. Thanks
All
for
right,
stopping
you
by.
bet.
See you, Jordan.
You got it.
Have a
All
good
right,
night.
See you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan, for stopping by again. Much appreciated.
Fellow Steve.
Fellow Steve.
Fellow Steve.
Love it.
Yep.
We'll move
Hey,
on.
how are ya?
Deaf now. Thanks.
Big
So
time.
are all of our listeners.
Steve's gonna have to. Other Steve, who was also a Steve.
Yeah.
You see,
There's too many Steves.
Actually,
he's gonna have to cut
We
that
need
audio
more
down.
Too many Steves, too many Zachs. Hey, let's go, Dill.
We need
Hey,
more.
let's
We need
go.
more
We're the
Corys around
oddballs.
here.
That's right.
Move on to our hot takes from our last episode. We
Skip
did
the
stellar.
first one.
Yeah.
Skip this first one. It don't matter.
Zach
He doesn't
said Gino
matter.
was going to
Nobody
get
cares
over
about him.
1,300 career points.
Oh.
Almost had a technicality because he was at
I
exactly
know.
1,300.
I was sweating.
and I texted him. I'm like, you better.
We were
Wait,
watching the
we
game
were
at
watching the
practice.
game at practice. Biz had it on.
Biz had on the phone.
I was
underneath
like,
the
I
bench.
said, I need you to tell me.
Assist.
I said, what we need is we need at least one Gino point. And I said, especially we need 2 Gino goals. And I think it was during the varsity block, so the second half of practice, and he goes, Gino has an assist. And from the bench, I'm like, yes! Meanwhile, I think what was happening on the rink was somebody got absolutely blown up.
Yeah.
Like
The
in a
bad
drill.
timing.
Like, I think Ty was running a drill, and they either, like, blocked a shot or just got blown up. And they were like, they looked right at me. I was like, my bad, boys.
Bad time.
Bad time.
Now, let me explain to you what happened. Yeah,
What really
to
happened
explain
was-
what happened to the guy who was hurt on the ice.
I'm pretty sure.
we
He's
played
fine.
on the deck.
Down on
Yeah.
the deck.
He's fine.
I think it was one of our drills. Like, it's called a 2-on-1, 3-on-2, and I think that he either got, like, they collided or he blocked a shot, but he was on the ground.
Sounds like his fault.
You said, let me ask you a question.
Speaking
you ever
of
listen to
on
the
the
Yinscast?
ground, Brad was last night.
Not
Dude went
surprised.
face first into the board.
Moving on here, Corey. Najee 2 scores against the girls.
Yeah, well, considering he only scored his first rushing touchdown the Sunday after,
Yeah.
clearly didn't hit.
Wrong.
You were close.
Tiggs, Pitt was going to put up 50, over 50, against the Tar Heels.
They had 34?
34.
34-24 is that final. Sorry.
Can't win them all.
Yep.
Dill said that Fields is going to have.
Skip it.
No, I got to read it. Fields is going to have 450 passing yards and 4 total touchdowns in the last 2 weeks.
He had 4 total.
He had 4 total touchdowns.
Yeah.
He had. I don't think he. Nobody finished with 100 and like no, not 100. 290 passing yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that
Yes.
rain game definitely didn't help.
Yeah, that didn't help the cause here.
And then I said Malcolm was going to get his 500th in his
sniffing.
first 4 games.
You're sniffing.
Yeah. You guys all said that was a lukewarm, and he didn't even get it. So
No, his was lukewarm.
That
Oh,
was a
really?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
He had to get
egg.
he had to get over 6 points.
Yeah. Well, now he has 7. So
he does have 7.
He's notorious for starting slow.
Yeah,
as
he's
shit.
not starting
He's
slow.
not starting
He did
slow.
not start slow.
Moving on our hot take all-time records here. Myself and Dill still inside each other, 10-28 for the lead. Tiggs 6-32.
Yeah, come back when you have 32 losses. pal.
I don't need character builders when I'm winning.
Oh.
The James picked up his sixth win. He's in 4th.
Nice.
6-9.
6-9.
Hell yeah.
You can't.
Nice.
No more hot takes.
Nope.
I couldn't be 5-10. That's like not as cool.
And Corey's in last. 3 and 35.
There's my shock face.
If you're
No.
not first,
Here's my shocked face.
You want to see my shocked face? You want to see it again?
Right.
Yeah. I'm pulling for you, Corey, man. I really want you to get that 4th win.
I can't say I don't try every time. 'Cause
You
I
do
really
try.
do.
You do try.
But-
All right, we're gonna do something different here. A little curveball, like I said last episode. I'm stepping away from the UFC, NHL talk, and I'm stepping back into a host role.
Now he's back.
Now I'm back, better than ever. Better than
Lasted
ever.
real long.
It lasted real long. So I don't know if you guys saw Alex Stump posted what's called Sporkle.
Love Sporkle.
You guys ever seen
Yeah,
Sporkle?
Ty and I used to do it
You used to
all
do
the
that.
time.
Yeah.
So he created one that was Sporkle with every single player who played for the Pirates this year.
2024 Pirates.
So you have 10 minutes.
56.
There's 56 players we have to name. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to participate because I already did this
Are
previously.
you typing them though?
I'm typing.
He's
them.
typing
You're
them.
typing them.
I'm not going to
Are
participate.
we just gonna go like?
There is
You need to
one
start
there is
throwing them
one
out.
name on there who is spelled wrong. Last name is spelled wrong. So
Definitely Davis.
so
James
Definitely.
Right.
Right.
like I said, I'm not going to participate because I already did this.
Let's do
I don't
this
think it's
in
fair.
a nice orderly fashion instead of just screaming at Dylan.
So we'll go in a.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be a snake draft. So Tiggs will get back to back and come back.
But
I love the middle pick.
if you can't think of someone, just like
Then
if
if
you
you-
guys just
Skip.
throw it
Just
out.
say
You have-
pass.
You have,
Step.
you have,
We'll just say pass.
you have 10 minutes. 10 minutes is the clock.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm starting.
Yep. Whenever Dill's ready.
Good.
Skeens.
Fuck you. That was mine. Let me think now. Jared Jones.
Don't you got to type faster than this?
Yeah,
bud.
come on, man.
His minutes per second is.
Can you just type in the last name and it works?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yaz.
Davis.
You want me?
You want me to type and you? I'll type on that. And you no, it'll be fun. You guys
We're
are
wasting
time.
precious seconds here.
Well, Tiggs said Grandal. He's got 2 now. One more.
Reynolds.
Sawinski. Unfortunately. but
Hayes.
Nice.
I got all the injured guys so
Here
far.
again.
Oh shit! It is me again. Bednar.
Nikki G.
What a guy.
Let's go through the lineup, Tiggs.
Well, don't need
I
to
forgot. I
announce
keep forgetting
his.
Dill. That's what you
Oh.
went with?
Keller.
Yeah.
Stratton.
We're gonna let's go through the
Hunter
bullpen
Stratton.
first. I know, I like what you're
go
doing here.
through
Let's
the
go through all the
bullpen.
pitchers. Chapman.
What about
No, go
Dylan?
ahead, Dill, sorry.
Chapman.
Fuck off. Did we say Benor already?
Yeah, I
Yes.
Did
did.
we say Ortiz?
No.
No.
There we go.
Falter. Gonzalez.
You already
You
said
already
that.
said that.
Marco Gonzalez.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, good luck.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good one. Good one.
Yeah. What?
Whoa.
Perez.
That's cheating.
That's all right. I'll get all the guys we traded.
Lazinski. Spell that right.
MLOD. Yeah.
MZ.
It's Mlod. MLOD.
Somebody look up the spelling
Zinski.
for that.
No, it's not zinc. It's ZIN.
I'm. You know what? That's a bad guess on my part because we're gonna take a minute trying to.
You
put
get
this
it?
We got it,
in
we
there.
got it.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
All right, Dill. There's an obvious one you guys are missing.
Okay. Put it down. Oh, okay.
No, leave the obvious ones for me. It's gonna come back to me.
Fuck. Wait.
Number 22.
Yeah, gosh.
Bro.
Andrew.
There's another obvious one too.
What's his name?
What's his name? That's the point, Tiggs. You got to tell us.
He's a really tall shortstop.
Who now plays center
What's
field.
that bastard's name in the outfield that we traded for?
O'Neal Cruz.
That we traded for?
Just put Cruz, please. Thank you.
Jesus
Did-
God.
Yes, that's what I was going for. He's so irrelevant.
There it is. Oh, back to me. Let's go with.
Bro, are we serious right now?
I mean, it doesn't have to be on me. If you know, just go. Just spit them. If I'm struggling, just
Olivares, or however you say. Yeah.
Olives.
Here's another one. Nichols.
All right,
Oh,
just
yeah,
start spitting them out because we're probably at like
Nicholas.
6 minutes.
How much time we got left?
NICOLAS.
650.
How many we have? We have 15.
N-I-C-H.
Here, ready? I'll spell it
It's
for you.
literally Nicholas.
It's Nico
Oh,
Lass.
yeah. Wait, we got all these guys.
Yeah,
Who
you
we
cheating
missing?
bastards. I don't know why you turned around earlier.
Did you see me turn around?
Yeah, just start throwing them out at this point.
Jordan. Our special guest. Yeah.
Bay. He played.
Oh, IKF.
Oh, yeah.
Corey was out in Alaska for a little while, so he's
Yeah.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
he missed half the season.
He's a little bit
Missed a little
spotty.
bit. Hold on.
Trying to
It'll
think
come
of the
back.
relevant bullpen guys now.
We got Bart. We got Yaz. Was there another catcher?
Davis.
Davis.
Yeah,
But we already
that's
said
one.
Davis.
We had. Who else played first besides Rowdy? Oh, yeah. Connor Joe. We got that.
Alika
Jeez.
Williams. He played.
Good one.
He did play.
around.
Shh.
I'm
Stop
not
giving away
trying
my
to-
secrets.
You don't have any fucking pirates over
Yeah,
there.
No, that-
Priester.
Quinn Racer.
Nick York.
York.
Billy Cook.
Billy
Yeah.
Cook.
Oh, nice. Was Drew Maggi up this year?
No, he was not.
Did you get him? Ronesy.
He did, unfortunately.
It's just
play.
Contreras.
I feel like we had a lot more pitchers than.
No, we did. I'm trying to think of all the bullpen guys.
C-O-N-T. Yep.
CONTRE. That's about as far as I can get. Thank you.
Is it two R's and A and an S at the end?
It's not two. It's not two.
This is
Did you get it?
You have Contreras.
CONTER. CONTRERAS.
Yeah.
2 R's.
No. C-O-N-T.
Oh my God.
RERAS.
Who did they bring up at the end of the year that pitched? He made his debut. It wasn't Burrows, was it?
Mm-hmm. It was Burrows.
Burrows.
Yeah, Burrows did pitch.
Put Burrows in there. Damn.
We got 4.5 minutes.
How many did you get?
Was there 56? I think I got 50.
Hot stuff over here.
You're missing a couple relievers.
Yeah.
Birdie.
I can't remember the two that were up at the beginning of the season.
The one has the last name of a former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback.
McNabb.
Dude, that's exactly who I thought. And then I was like,
Jalen Hurts. Kenny
Wait.
Pickett.
I'm like, oh, that's not it. Mike Vick.
Right.
Jesus God.
Dude, why am I so stumped right now?
Wentz.
Oh, yeah, we traded for him. Yeah, I never would have got that one. Joey Wentz.
I'm trying to think of.
JT Brubaker. He wasn't. He didn't play.
No,
this
he
year.
did
I was gonna say,
outstanding commentating.
One of the B's is a lefty reliever who was hurt.
Barecki.
Oh yeah.
Once you start getting those middle
Who
reliever
were
dudes,
the
I'm
two
out.
that were up at the start of the season?
So and so.
His
kept
last
getting
his last
DFA.
his last name rhymes with the starting pitcher.
Oh, okay, let me get right on.
Ditcher.
Skeens. Beans.
I'm so mad that I cannot think of this right now.
All right, what are we at right
His
now?
first name is Ben.
Roethlisberger. Bang.
Oh God, not Heller.
Yeah, Ben Heller. Oh God.
Who else had DFA this year that was real bad? Oh wait, we forgot the GOAT, Denny Santana.
Oh
yeah, true.
God.
Herman should be on that list.
Oh
Domingo?
German.
German.
Jason Dominguez does not play for the Pirates, but
How do you spell?
It's
Bro,
spelled
just put
German.
German.
You're missing.
He doesn't do first names, I don't think.
That's his
That's his
last name.
You guys are missing a catcher.
Andy, but he
No.
didn't
No,
play.
never played.
Jason DeWay.
Oh, good one.
When did he play?
Beginning of the season.
Start of the season.
What did he play? Two
Dude,
games.
he was nice.
He started off the season hitting like 380.
Yeah.
He pulled a Kevin.
You guys are missing
Kevin
my
Newman.
favorite pirate. Can't believe no one said this yet.
Reynolds.
No.
Who's your favorite pirate? Was it
Most-
actually your favorite?
Most
pirate?
swagger on the team.
Oh,
Palacios.
yeah.
I already said him.
Did you?
Yeah, I said
Don't
him real
put
early.
it.
The F I didn't.
I didn't put it down. There's 43.
What is his name?
Is there a bug?
When Reynolds didn't play the one game, who played for him? Was there somebody that we had already?
We already got all the outfielders, I'm pretty sure.
No, you're missing one that was real bad.
That's not G1
No.
Did we do Bay?
Yeah, we had Swins. We had
He
Swinsky
played center
too.
field. Played for the Twins last year.
Michael Taylor,
Derek Lee.
Derek Lee.
Aramis Ramirez. Duh.
You're also missing another outfielder that played a handful of games, specifically in the Ranger series in Texas.
I don't remember that. You're asking.
His first name is a goat.
Sheep.
Blank the goat. Yeah.
Oh, McKinney. Yeah.
Jesus.
Billy the goat.
You're actually missing another catcher, believe it or not.
Jesus.
Bro, I'm
I'm not even surprised that we're missing
Many
He
are
caught,
there?
he caught Paul Skeens. Played like
sure
2
about that?
games.
You sure about that?
Yep. He caught Paul Skeens because it was. Yep. He caught Paul Skeens in AAA before he got caught up, and everyone was hurt.
Dude, as soon as you said
Heath Miller.
bigger guy, you know who I thought of? Eric Kratz.
You're close. The last name starts with a K.
Rod Barajas.
All right, you guys are gonna flunk this.
Kendall. Jason Kendall.
How many are we at?
His first name is Grant.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Telford.
Who is it?
Grant Telford.
I don't remember who.
You got a lot of these left are relievers.
I do not.
Yeah, and I'm so
I mean,
can't remember their
these
names.
guys could have played like
one
2
of them
games.
one of them was a lefty.
JB Shuck.
One of them was a lefty that we DFA'd beginning of the season, brought him back.
Time's up.
Who
Oh,
do
the
we,
pen's
not the
back.
ad.
Let's go.
so who'd we miss?
Justin Brew.
Josh Fleming.
Josh Fleming, that's his name. Holderman, we forgot Holderman.
Oh, my
No,
That's how
I said
irrelevant he
Holderman.
is.
Dalton Jeffries.
Yep.
Jose Hernandez.
Ryan, that was the other one.
Ryan.
Jake Woodford. The one who was spelled
Honeywell.
wrong.
He
Brent Honeywell. He plays for.
We
got
played
him at the deadline.
We played 2K with him.
No, we didn't. We traded him, or we DFA'd him. He went to the Dodgers.
Oh yeah, that's
Hey.
right. Is he the one that like has like 48 pitches? Yeah, that was him.
I don't know.
Fiegel was the one that was spelled wrong.
I would have never gotten somebody's.
Yeah,
I'm
Isaac
pissed at
Mattson.
myself for not getting.
How do we forget
Fleming.
and Ryan? Because those were the 2 I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Did we-
So what we finished with?
46.
We
I
finished
think.
with 46.
Okay, we're 10 off.
82%. That's passing grade.
It is passing.
We're above average. We're 16% above average.
Hey, that's a B.
We take
That's
those.
B minus. Yeah.
We take those.
We don't
All right.
count minuses once
all
we
I
get
got.
into adulthood.
I thought
Thank
that
God,
would be
that's-
great. A great little segue from Jordan coming on as a guest, transitioning right into the Pirates season,
I thought you were going to say the NHL.
and
That's a
then
good way to-
transitioning right into MLB playoffs.
Right into the cross.
Yeah, next week we're doing WWE wrestlers all time.
I'm so down.
We're about
You got
to
a
do
question?
every Sporkle under the
You have to
sun.
wait till WrestleMania. It's the only time I get to talk about it.
Yeah,
again.
what's up?
No, I was just saying that's me.
Oh, okay.
Well, you gonna talk about it?
Okay. Language.
So we were a little bit off on our MLB
That's
playoff
that.
Yeah,
predictions.
it's
We didn't
fine.
have half the teams right, and we had
I don't know who
the
this
Royals
we
going
I mean,
away.
that's not on us.
That's on you.
Yeah.
That's not on me. It's not my fault that
It's on the Phils.
I'm not the one that picked the date for the podcast. Okay.
What?
Well, it's not my fault that a hurricane came through and canceled the Braves game either, because technically the season was over.
It would have been if there wasn't that doubleheader. Anyways.
So
That's
we'll
neither
start
here
with
nor
the
there.
Wild card round. I'm just kind of going like little game by game breakdown here, but only like the important parts. Of the
Yeah,
game,
oh,
so
thank
it's real
God.
Quick.
Okay.
So
So we think.
to start off, Detroit defeated Houston 2-0 in the wild card,
Praise
and
the Lord.
KC defeated Baltimore 2-0 in the wild
No.
card.
Didn't see that coming.
Basically,
Mhm.
it boiled down to pitching was too good for Detroit and KC. Reagans and Scooble basically stole a game for each of those teams.
Didn't help when Baltimore batted probably 1 for 84.
Mhm.
that series,
I mean,
so.
Reagans is really good.
They're good, but like Adley went with like 1 for 9. Like you can't do anything when Adley goes.
Right.
Yeah,
Reagans
get rid
is
of
really
get rid of your
good.
PC.
As Pirates fans, we should be very familiar with getting games stolen by
Pitching.
pitching. which
Yeah,
is
Madison
really good.
Bumgarner.
Especially after the 6th inning.
Yeah, Mr. Royd Rage himself. I hate Arrieta. I hope he's doing terrible now.
I was talking about Bumgarner.
Hope he's having a great time. He's the goat.
I didn't mind Mad Bum.
Mad
Well,
Bum
no,
was-
you were talking about
No.
starting pitchers who.
No, I just hate Arrieta.
he just hates
I
I
everybody.
think, yeah. raise your hand.
Arrieta was juiced in those 3 years he played with the
Yeah.
Cubs. Anyways.
The Mets defeated Milwaukee 2-1.
Good.
Alonso led the Mets to victory via 3-run home run in Game
That was
3.
a nuke.
He did spank
San
that ball.
Diego defeated Atlanta 2-0.
Didn't see that
Yeah.
coming.
King was dominant in Game 1. Another
I
pitcher
did.
who kind of just
I didn't see
came out of nowhere this year.
Atlanta was hurt.
Well, they also
Everybody
barely
was
got in.
hurt. I do want to say, just as a tidbit, was anybody watching the Mets game when Alonso hit that home run? Bless you. Did you hear what they were saying during it? The broadcast? They were like, oh, this could potentially be his last game in a Mets uniform. This is his lasting legacy. And then he gets up and nukes one.
Well,
and I'm like, well, that's pretty good then.
Well, we saw the
Absolutely
Trevor
smashed
May
it.
video. He was tipping his pitches, so Alonso knew what was coming.
I mean, whether you know it's coming or not to hit a nuke like that when everybody's saying, like,
You
see you later next year.
Yeah, and then in Game 2, all of San Diego's runs came in the second inning.
Yes.
Mhm.
So,
Good for them.
moving on to the division series, Cleveland defeated Detroit 3-2 in what could be one of the best series throughout the entire playoffs. Cleveland dominated Game 1, 7-0. In Game 2, Skubal was once again dominant. They took that game 3-0.
He was a Triple Crown winner, wasn't he?
He was. There was 2 Triple Crowns, both the NL and AL, both had Triple Crown winners this year.
Who was the NO?
Take a guess. You ain't gonna get. I don't think you would guess.
Chris Sale.
Damn.
Easy.
You're pretty good.
In Game 3, Detroit stole a bullpen game. They had about like 5 or 6 different pitchers, I think. They won that one 3-0. Game 4, David Fry.
What a goat. Never heard of him, never will ever again, but he's enshrined in that game.
Responsible for 3 runs in that game to take that one 5-4. And then finally, the Lane Thomas game. I know Sam was excited about that one. He loves Lane Thomas.
Should have been a Pirate.
5 RBIs.
I think he should have been a
7-3.
Pirate.
That looks like the steal of the trade deadline to this point.
I mean, he was hot garbage.
Yeah,
when they traded
until
him in the regular season.
yeah, and
but
then
if he shows out in
if
the
September came
playoffs-
and they were like, "This is the guy we wanted."
And then the Yankees defeated KC 3-1. They took Game 1 in a game that featured 5 lead changes, which is the most in MLB playoff history.
Wow.
Good game.
They won that one 6-5. Reagan's was limited in Game 2. I believe he went like 4 innings, but it was enough to get them the win, 4-2. Game 3, Stanton carried the Yankees to a win, 3-2. I think he was responsible for all 3 runs. And then finally, Garrett Cole shut it down in Game
Shut it down.
4. Math is hard. Shout out, Brad. So won that one 3-1. Then moving on,
To the other New York team.
another popular pick here, the Phillies.
Yeah.
Down 3-1 to the Mets.
Didn't see that one coming.
Wheeler was dominant in Game 1, but the bullpen, who was very good in the regular season for the Phillies. Sorry, what was that?
No, go ahead.
The very good bullpen for the Phillies is absolutely blew in the 8th inning. Strom and what's the other guy's name?
Sir Anthony Dominguez.
No, it's what's his name?
Orion Kering.
No.
Just naming.
Oh, Hoffman, I think it is.
Trevor.
Yeah,
Came out of
Trevor
retirement.
Hoffman.
Came out of the.
Came out of
Both
retirement.
had very good regular seasons. Blew it in the 8th inning for Zach Wheeler's not perfect game, but you know,
Good start.
Good start. And then in Game 2, Strom basically blew it again, but Mr. Disaster himself, Castellanos, the
We were
Grim
watching that
Reaper,
game.
Mr. Disaster. That's a good nickname.
walked it off in the 9th inning for a 7-6 win. Game 3, Manea shined, had a great start. They won that one 7-2. And then in Game 4, Lindor had a grand slam in the bottom of the 6th to carry the Mets to victory.
That was a
Won the
he-
series.
Killed that.
Oh,
Yeah,
light
he's-
trash.
Did you see the video online? It was a Milwaukee fan that was then cheering for the Phillies to beat the Mets, and he's like he must have been like in an apartment streaming, and he's like talking. He's like, I swear to God, if Lindor hits a home run here, I'm gonna tear this whole building down. He nukes it. The dude literally picked up his chair. I thought he was gonna put his chair square through the ground. Like he literally had a chair like up here. I was like, I said, could you imagine living above him and just like Zach's chair just coming through the ceiling?
Hey, but don't forget, Mets fans have it terrible.
That was almost Corey going through my floor when Rajay Davis hit the home run off Aroldis Chapman in Game 7.
Dude, that was so sweet.
Oh, they do have it tough because they're the highest payroll in all of MLB.
Did you?
sure,
You
but-
know,
Hey, but remember, that's all like dead cap, so it doesn't
There's a
count.
lot of dead cap.
did you?
That's not our fault.
Even though they
You
paid
know
the
who's a
money anyways.
giant Mets fan?
Frank the Tank.
Well, besides him, Michael Cole. He was
Oh,
on
yeah.
Pat McAfee talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I think McAfee texted him, and he was like, "Great season, sucks to suck, sucks to be you." And then Alonso hit the home run, and he responded to Pat, and he just wrote like, "Go F yourself."
And then finally, the Dodgers defeated San Diego 3-2. Ohtani and Hernandez accounted for 5 runs in a high-scoring game, 1 to win 7-5.
12 runs, a lot of 12 runs, a lot of runs for a game.
Yeah, and they ran it back with 12 again.
Yeah.
He said, "You want to see me do it again?"
Game 2, Darvish was dominant. They won that one 10-2.
Was that the 2 Japanese starting pitchers?
Yeah, it was him and Yamamoto.
It was the first time that's ever happened.
Right.
I kind of forget he's in San Diego sometimes. I'm not going to lie.
And then we're going to go down from the 12 runs here to 11. Where all runs were scored in the first 3 innings of Game 3 for San Diego to win that one 6-5. And then Game 4, LA put out a bullpen game and shut out the Padres. Dylan Cease was kind of terrible in that game. They won that one 8-0. And then in Game 5, Yamamoto outdueled Darvish to win that one 2-0.
That was a great game to watch.
Haven't watched any of these games yet.
I watched that one.
It's the first game I'm watching.
Yeah, and then the championship series is currently going on. The Yankees won Game 1. Game 2 is currently happening at the moment, 3-2.
3-2.
And then the Mets and Dodgers are tied at 1.
I don't care who wins in the NL. I just hope that Cleveland wins because I do not want to see a Yankees-Mets World Series, and I don't want to see a Yankees-Dodgers World Series.
It's like such a double-edged sword for the Mets and the Yankees to be playing each other in the World Series.
Did you see?
Because it will bring a lot of attention to baseball, but at the
To
same
New
time,
York.
you have like 2 of the 3 highest payrolls playing each other in the championship.
The Mets have the highest payroll.
Did you see last night? Maybe it was last night, or maybe it was Sunday night. All the games that were going on. I think it was last night in New York. It was like Mets, Yankees, the Bills.
Knicks had a preseason.
The Rangers. There was a Knicks preseason game. I think there was like a different. It might have been WNBA. I don't remember, but there was like 4 or 5 like professional sports being played in New York at the same in one day.
Yeah, guess who lost? The Jets.
You know who didn't play? James Cook. Shout out him. You're welcome. So yeah, go Cleveland.
Go Cleveland.
Ideally, it's Cleveland Mets here. Like that's the ideal.
Would I like to see the Mets do it? Yes. I'm a big Pete Alonso person.
Big polar bear guy.
My sibling, one of them that works in an MLB team, is not. She hates him.
It's weird. I was gonna say it was Ty.
Yeah, right. Ty hates everybody that's not the Braves.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, man, would that be cool to see Shohei in a World Series? Just see what he does, because he did everything in the regular season. Now he's doing everything in the playoffs, and it's like, kind of want to see what happens. Like, he's gonna do everything.
Honestly, the Dodgers in Cleveland and Cleveland winning, just because I don't want to see either New York team in the
wait
World
till
Series,
they trot out. Who's that? Yeah, no. Who's that dork that pitched for Cleveland when we were there? That the scoreboard would not shut up. Boyd. Yeah. Wait till.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I was ready to. I was actually ready to.
I'm
just,
like, can we quit striking out? I'm tired of listening.
Yeah, and he had like 8 strikeouts.
Yeah, I was about to tell those fighter jets to just fly right into me. Like, you imagine Shohei just nuking one out of Dodger Stadium off of him? I can.
I'm down.
Kind of hoping for that. But I don't know. We'll see. I think it's interesting. You have a small market team in Cleveland. So,
moving on from the grass to the frozen tundra, which we call ice.
Do you remember that sick? Wait, hold on.
Great
Do you remember the shirt when the Steelers and the Penguins won, and it said "On ice or grass, we'll kick your ass"?
I think I have that somewhere.
I
in my
still have that
parents'
shirt at my house somewhere.
Yeah.
That's a strip district special.
For like $8.
Oh yeah, that shirt was at every single store down the entire strip.
Yep.
But yeah, so we'll start off. There's some rule changes going into this season. The 2 main ones I want to talk about is there's a new coaches challenge. You can now challenge the delay of game penalties, but if you do fail, you are hit with an additional 2-minute penalty. So
it's the same as
it's a double binder.
That's a challenge in general. If you
Yep.
lose your challenge,
But this one you get the double.
Yeah, this one you get a double.
You get the 2.
So you get the delay
You get 4
game,
minutes.
and then you
And
get
then
another
the
one.
watch challenge. You get
Oh.
technically 2 delay games.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that'll be
Real
interesting.
sure about that one.
Yeah,
gotta
you
be
better be whoever
video
messes that up
guy?
first, fired.
Your video guy better be damn good.
Yeah. The second one is so now the defensive team can't make a line change if the goaltender accidentally dislodges the net. So if Lundqvist would like to turn around and just shove the
throw
net
the
off
net.
again, they can't be changing on that.
You can't change like when play resets.
Nope.
Is that what you're saying?
No, it's only if the goaltender accidentally dislodges it, though.
And I'm pretty sure that it's
Don't
at
they vote
the ref's judgment, but they can call a penalty for that too.
Yes,
Correct.
they can.
Because it could be a
Delay
delay
game.
game.
Yes,
delay
it could
game.
be technically a delay.
And
But
don't
isn't-
challenge it because then you'll get a
but
4-minute
If the
penalty.
net comes dislodged, isn't it an automatic whistle?
So if
Yeah,
a
but
player
if
runs into it and so if, from my understanding, if we were playing offense, you guys are playing offense because you're the twos, and we're playing defense because
I'm the
we're the
ref.
ones, and you're the ref.
It's fine.
If you
Good
if
partner.
one of
It's
you
not on me.
guys if one of you guys
He's
slide
gonna block
in
it anyways.
if one of you guys slide into the net and the net comes off,
Yeah.
on offense they blow that dead.
Yeah.
But if I were to back into the net and I dislodge the net and then say you shot it and scored, most of the time the refs let that go. Even in high school they let that go.
Interesting. Okay. Well, obviously
So-
they're a little more sensitive on high school because they're just on a rink.
Yeah, I would hope
They're
so.
not- They're not in the ice.
We'll move into some league news. The first thing is Swayman got his deal. It's 8.25 for 8 years,
You
and
know
then
the
he
biggest
Swayman.
Swayman.
Even
Oh,
though
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he got lit up last night.
Well, yeah, he didn't play. He hasn't played since last year.
He hasn't played it all this year?
He had, I think,
No,
2
when
starts.
he didn't play preseason.
He wasn't.
Oh,
allowed
yeah,
to
yeah,
play
yeah.
first
But
I
I'm
see
saying,
what
like,
you're saying.
I think like last night he got.
Oh yeah, he got lit up. He didn't even start the first game. They
Yeah,
had
Corpusalo.
Corpusalo in.
Yeah.
And then Corpusalo let up 4 in the first. And
Yeah.
the camera panned to Swayman. And I'm like, there's no way they're putting him
No,
in.
no, they said
They're
sorry,
like,
we're
we're running this guy
sacrificing
back."
you tonight. The next two things are both for the Utah hockey team.
Hockey club
Hockey club.
Yeah, whatever.
Hockey establishment.
My boy,
organization.
as you guys all know, Clayton Keller.
Mitch.
I like
No.
him. He deserves it.
Clayton Keller named captain. Good for him.
That's cool.
He's
He's been through it in Arizona.
I mean, he's been there since
That's what I
the rebuild 13 years ago. So
He's been. How long has he been playing?
I think this
5
is
years, maybe?
no. I think this is year 6 or 7.
He's still younger. He's still.
Yeah,
late
he's
20s.
He's probably 23 to be honest.
yeah.
He might be.
Him and
The
Cooley
only-
are the same age.
The only good Keller in sports.
Yeah, but congratulations to him. I think he's more than earned that. I don't know if any of you guys watched, but
He's
they-
26.
Wow.
so 7. He's probably
So he's
been in
been
the
in
league
the league
7
for 10
years.
years.
No,
Probably 15.
I
Tiggs.
think 7. I don't think it's been.
It's got to be 6 years.
No, I think he came in when he was 18.
This is his 9th season.
Okay. So yeah.
So I was completely joking when I said 10.
Yeah, that's so.
wow.
Well, to be fair, in 16-17, he appeared in 3 games.
Yeah.
So that counts as a season. And then 17, 18, 19, and I'm not going to keep
Okay.
counting because I would lose track, and I don't know how to count.
So,
Same.
I don't know if anybody saw their home opener. That building, I don't think it was quiet one time. I think everybody was standing the entire time, even the people who can't see their seats.
Yeah. How about that corner
That
seat?
is horrible.
That's not a corner. It's behind the net.
It's behind the net.
Yeah, it's vertical.
It's
You're
a
directly
corner.
behind the net. You can't see past, like, the face-off dot.
Oh, you're talking about the bad stuff.
Oh, you're talking about-
seats where it's like
Yeah,
where you're sitting over the edge almost.
yeah.
Those are good seats.
Those are sick.
Yeah. But the ones behind the goal are bad. Real bad.
Well, so apparently the ones behind the goals are discounted seats.
Well, yeah, they're limited view or whatever they call it.
Yeah, but
Obstructed view.
obstructed.
Yeah.
But my thing is, like, if they have a concert in there, those are probably really good seats. So
Yeah, but if
Pick
they're behind
poison.
the stage, they don't sell those seats behind the stage.
Go Jazz.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I think they started off. I think they're 3-1 right now. Gunther's
on fire.
He has five goals in 4
Not
games.
the United States or the world champion.
Dylan.
Get
No.
Get Lowry marketing on the ice.
Right.
Dude, yeah, did you see him on the
Didn't he
ice?
skate out?
All 8'6" of them on
Yeah.
skates.
They had him skating around. I was like, that would happen if like Dwight Howard was on skates.
That poor ice.
Yeah. And then last but not least, do you guys have any concerns about the Oilers?
Yeah, they have no depth.
Yeah, which is the same thing that has
Every
always
year.
been wrong with them.
Yeah.
Every
That's just 'cause
year
McDavid
people are.
hasn't heated up yet.
It's the same.
Stuart Skinner hasn't played well at all.
Stuart Skinner looks awful.
He always starts.
Who
slow,
also
though.
looks real bad goaltending wise is Gorgiev.
Oh my, he was bad last year. He was bad last year. He gets carried because they have the opposite problem of the Oilers. They have so much depth that it doesn't matter when Georgiev sucks. But when Stuart Skinner isn't playing like Stuart Skinner should play, there's nobody. Like, sure, McDavid can put in a lot. Draisaitl, sure. I really hope Jeff Skinner, for the sake of fantasy, puts in a lot of goals. But his production has dipped over the last few years. Like, Georgiev has never been great. His thing has always been he's, like, stable. Like, he'll either give you a night where he has a shutout, 1 to 2 goals, or he lets in 7. Like, there's no 3, 4, 5 with him. It's one or the other. And right now, it's the other. So, I don't know if I have concern for the Oilers yet. They started really slow last year, and look where they ended up.
Yeah,
Losers.
they lost.
But
first or last.
And you guys are always last.
set yourself up for that one.
All I have to do is pick the right category
When
once.
we win, I'm diving across the stage.
Flying Cody Cutter off the fucking second row.
Someone's getting people's elbow from across the room.
And then I'm going to wrap up talking about the Penguins real quick.
Go Benz.
Good Lord.
Game 1, Rangers. They looked real slow. Dari looked real bad.
Real bad.
He looked real bad for the first, 2 periods, and he finally decided to play hockey. In the third, we're like, who's this guy? After you let
So I
in.
had to remind
After
him
he
the
let
season
in
started.
5. Then they played the Red Wings. It looked much better. The bottom 6 were contributing. Bloomquist got his first NHL win. He
That was
has
his first start, too?
his first start, first
One of
win.
his debut, because he came in relief last year.
Yeah.
Starting debut. Yeah, first
Do they
NHL.
do NHL patches for cards?
No.
That'd be sick.
Oh, that would be sweet.
He has a 12-inch neck, so good
Big
for him.
gobbler.
Good for him. I think he looked really, really good. I know in the preseason we were talking, he looked a little bit rough. I think he looked a lot calmer. And then Beauvillier, who they call Tino, he scored twice.
Why do they call him Tino?
It's a childhood nickname that his dad gave him. And then they put out an interview with him. They asked him why he wears 72 because that's like an odd number.
Yeah.
Except unless you're Patrick Horquist.
Yeah, and he was like, that was just the number they gave me in the Islanders training camp, and it just stuck.
Interesting.
I was like,
that's one way
What
to
can
pick
you
a
do?
number.
That's probably available in every hockey team.
yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, get the generic jerseys out of the closet. So good for him. I think he looks pretty decent on Sid's line. Next, we went into the Maple Leafs. Our keys to the game. The very first key was don't let the Stars get hot. And guess what? They let them got real. They got real toasty.
Real good.
Yeah. Pettersson looked absolutely brutal in that game. He got smoked along the boards. He got smoked at the blue line. I don't know if it was just a game situation, but he looked really, really bad and flat. But Russ did return that game, and Gino got his 1,300th point. So I think Russ coming back, that helped.
Hope so.
Gino starting off really, really hot. Very different than the last few years, so hopefully he can sustain
the
that.
last 18 years, yeah.
Yeah, he had 63 or 62 points last year. I would be surprised if he passes that. I don't know if this is like a sustained streak, but
Definitely not.
he looks really good. Like
He's tied for first with 7 points with
Yes.
Panarin and Jack Eichel.
Yeah.
He looks like he actually cares. Like,
Yeah.
There's some games where he just is like, he's just there.
Well, they I think they talked to Sullivan about his defensive zone playing.
Yeah.
He's changed that up, and
Which
he's
was non-existent.
yeah, and he's looked pretty well.
Yeah. And then last night we did play the Canadians. I think that the experience of the team really carried us last night. You had Eller with 2 goals, Gino had a goal, Tanger had a goal, Hayes had
That
a
Letang goal is disgusting.
yes.
Tic-tac-toe.
Not only did Grizzly fight to get that puck around, and then he passed it to Malkin, which was a beautiful pass with the
He did it all
defender
the way
right on
across
him.
the rink, yeah.
And then Malkin with the 400 IQ play to win the goal. I think it was Jake Allen playing.
Yeah.
He was just completely out
No,
of.
Jake Allen's on the Devils.
Right? Was it? I don't know who it was.
It's their backup goalie for the
He was
Canadians.
obviously going for the Malkin maybe one timer or the shoot, and then he just hit Letang, who came out of nowhere.
I don't know how he was that open in the middle of the dots.
Because
Letang,
it was a
because
chip. It was a
it
chip
was
play
a
down the
chip.
boards.
So
they're
Grizzly came down
was
the
on the
boards.
on
So
the left boards.
yeah, so the defender stepped forward to Grizzly, who got it to Gino. So there was only one defender, and the defender cheated towards Gino, and Letang literally came straight down the middle of the ring.
Gino, but depends on. I would
but
probably fall down. But
yeah, I think Jari started again really slow, but then he kind of settled as the. I'd say Jari's kind of settled as the game went
no,
in.
he needs sent to the moon.
That contract is
You can't not play him,
right.
No, you're right, but he needs sent to the moon. Still.
and he just needs to settle in.
All I'm
stay
saying is
healthy.
the last rookie goaltender that came up and started a full season, we won back-to-back Stanley Cups.
Bang.
Matt Moy.
Matt
The
Murray.
GOAT.
And then
Um,
2 years.
And now he's
for
I
2
think he's in
years.
Toronto
Toronto.
still.
He's
Yeah.
in the AHL right now.
No, he's their backup, I think.
Probably because Wolf's hurt.
Yeah,
I think that's
so
probably
he's
the only
Wolf.
reason.
backup.
Yeah.
My Matt Murray jersey's just still sitting in the closet.
Yeah, it's probably where it's
You
gonna
said
stay.
your game used only Maya?
Yeah, it's upstairs.
Sweet.
One more thing. Do you have anything else, NHL?
No.
Okay, good. One last thing here. Columbus tonight had their Johnny Gaudreau thing.
Stop, you're
Yeah.
making me tear up
There
thinking about it.
literally was not a dry eye in the whole.
Dude,
room.
there's no
definitely
way.
not.
Did you see the Flames? Anybody watch the
No.
Flames?
Oh, yeah,
the
they
week
wore.
did?
Yeah.
So they had did you watch the Flames?
Yes.
So they had spotlights on the rink to correlate to the highlights that they were showing. And they would light them up, and then at the end of it, it all went towards like the center.
Okay.
I thought that was really
Oh,
nice.
that's cool.
Mhm.
We were at the opening
Night.
opening night,
And Nick,
Still in baseball.
and that was the longest 13 seconds of our entire
Well, I
lives,
think
bro.
the Penguins are one of the only teams that didn't have a moment of silence. They had a
yeah,
moment of
celebration.
Yeah.
I think Columbus and they did that too. The moment of
Columbus,
cheers.
I would have been crying.
Oh,
At here, I was a little sniffy.
No,
but-
no
Did I did read today? So they had Johnny and Matt's dad.
2 days in a row they had.
Yeah.
skating.
Did you see what they do now at the end of practice?
No.
So they have somebody from the opposite side shoot a puck towards the net. If they make it, it's 1 lap. If they miss it, it's 3 laps. So it's 1-3. And I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if his jersey isn't hanging in the rafters
by the end of the year.
I'd say by the end of this year or
Yeah.
next
That's what I mean.
next year.
By the end of this hockey season,
in Calgary and Columbus for that.
or they'll
I-
open the season up.
Yeah,
put it
I
in
think I personally don't think that jersey should be worn for either
No,
team.
retire the number.
Yeah.
I just think that is what it is. Actually, retired at BC too.
100%.
Oh, 100%.
Put
I'm
it in the
surprised
raft-
hasn't been already.
Both of them, honestly.
Yeah, put both those numbers in the rafters at BC. I don't know if they retire college jerseys. I would assume so.
I would assume so. In today's world.
And if they don't, well, here's the start of it.
Yeah,
And if they don't, either you start it or it's one of the jerseys you don't wear, right? Like
Right.
you
Yes.
just don't.
It's like an unwritten rule.
Yep.
That those numbers aren't.
Yep.
I'm all on board for that. But that's all I got. So thanks for listening.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. That's all we got for. Wait, hold on. Sorry, forgot 2 guys. Oh, Corey.
You're not forgetting about me.
Game. Woo!
What do you got for us tonight?
Losers.
No,
Losers.
no, this one's a short and sweet one
Oh, I like short and sweet.
because we're just trying to get through this one here. So, I don't know if any of you have seen this game on TikTok.
Nope.
I have.
But it's so obviously you see a picture of it, but we're not going to do that here. So we're going to do a speak when you hear a better wide receiver currently NFL than Justin Jefferson.
Oh God. He said I'm gonna pick the number 1
So,
receiver.
well, it's not based on the entire career, and we're disregarding all championships and individual awards, which I don't even think he has any. I want this based on pure athleticism and talent.
Okay, no numbers at all.
Calvin
no
Austin.
number.
I'm done.
Who was
talking.
offensive player of the year last year? Wasn't it him?
Wasn't him. He was hurt.
No, he was hurt.
It was that
2
guy.
years ago.
It was that guy Christian McCaffrey. I don't know if you ever heard him or not.
No, he's on my fantasy
No, he's
bench.
never playing football again.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
All right, so Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams.
I'm so confused still. I don't understand.
Bro, he's gonna. So he
I
says.
don't understand this.
So Justin Jefferson, right?
Yeah.
We're not allowed to say anything until you think that whenever he says, like, if he were to say, for example, right, if he goes Marvin Harrison, not junior, senior, and you think he's better than Jefferson, you can just say yes, or you like that's all you're doing.
and then what happens?
Well, you kind of have to elaborate on why you think.
Yeah,
he's
and then
better
you
than
just
You can't
explain.
be like, yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
We're also doing current NFL players.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good example. Do you need more water?
Yeah.
All right. Can we restart them?
Yeah, sure.
What's happening?
No, I didn't do anything wrong.
Jamar Chase.
Yes.
No one said anything.
You think he's better than
Jettis?
Justin
I
Jefferson?
do.
Why?
Why?
I just think he's a better vertical threat.
All right, you're out. Thanks for playing.
Thanks for coming.
All right. Devontae Adams, we said. No one said anything. A.J. Brown.
Yes.
Ooh, okay. Why?
Bigger guy, bigger body. He'll run you over, and he'll also jump over you.
He also has a bum ankle and hasn't played. So
A.J. Brown had 100 yards in a touchdown this week.
yeah, that was his return game.
Yeah. Anyways.
How many wide receivers are there?
Not many.
Okay, I'll start speaking.
Well, you don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
Tyreek Hill.
Yes,
Yeah, I would say.
that's my ending. Just the speed threat. He can play any position in the field. He can line up the slot, line up the outside.
Running back.
He gets the ball to the crib.
I don't think he's going to play fullback.
I said,
Or
I mean, he
offensive
could.
line.
Okay.
He plays all 3 wide receiver positions, and he will smoke you on every single one. We're gonna get him on the pod. We're actually gonna line him up against Tiggs 1-on-1, and we're gonna see what happens.
It's going to be like that clip of, is it Drewski, where he's on
Yeah.
he's like, he's
When
running
he's-
at me, and I'm just hugging
When
him.
he's walking.
No, it's like when he's on the sideline
Oh.
and Texas, and he's like this, and he doesn't move.
would you have stopped yet? Since we all did.
I probably would have stopped on the last one. But I obviously know what the thing is.
So who's the rest of them?
Debo Samuel.
Absolutely not.
No,
Chris Godwin.
no,
No.
Not right now.
No.
He's the
No.
number 1 receiver in the league right now.
no.
Chris Godwin?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I would say no.
Going off of athleticism.
We're going off of current in the NFL based on athleticism and talent.
Godwin's top 10, but not like top 5.
I don't think Godwin's top 10 to be honest.
Cooper Kupp.
That would have been a tough one, but the injuries just.
Yeah.
don't
He
do it
can't
for
stay
me.
healthy.
So jealous. He's had 2 good seasons.
I threw DK on here just to fill a spot.
He's a freak.
But I'm on Ross St. Brown.
Yo, I would have been all over that. I would have been John. I'd take a power bomb for that dude. The sun god, I love him.
Lastly, I had CeeDee Lamb.
Surprised you didn't have Calvin Austin in there.
Yeah,
I was going to put Georgie Boy, but
No,
Yeah, he would
this
That
year
ain't-
is not to his best.
this ain't his
The
year.
athleticism is there.
The attitude's
How
not.
many used to be doing? What positions?
No, that's it.
No, that's it. That's the
That
only
was
thing.
real short, real sweet.
I said at the very end, I said if no one has answers or by this time explain why Justin Jefferson ranks above the rest. But we
He's
all got
good.
answered.
He's good.
He's good. He's not better than the sun god, but he's good.
Sun God. A.J. Brown.
Speaking of football,
Jettas.
I
Chase.
love me some sun god.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase to the moon,
And then
according to Tiggs.
Jefferson.
Lima Swede.
I think Jefferson and Jamar Chase are pretty even, to be honest.
And-
Do you
Antonio
think
Brown.
Jamar Chase is going to get paid more than Jefferson?
No.
I don't think the
he'll-
Bengals can pay
No.
him more than Jefferson.
I think
but
he'll want more.
I think
money.
he should get.
He
more
does
than
want more
Jefferson.
money.
He wants to be the top wide receiver in the league.
So everyone.
Yeah,
does.
I
wanna
want
be
to.
the
I
highest
want to
paid.
be the top everything. You don't see me making demands out here.
Like I said, speaking of football, let's keep it rolling.
We're going to start with Pitt because they've been rolling.
Hail to Pitt.
Hail to Pitt.
Oh yeah.
They beat UNC Tiggs. Sorry they did not score 50 points. They beat UNC 34-24. We were kind of worried because UNC put up 50 points against James Madison, and then
they got
Yeah, they
lost.
sure did.
Yep, and then they got shit pumped. So
Holstein, 381 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Hell yeah.
Finally got ranked after that win. We were like, this
Hallelujah.
is it.
hey, he's
This is
he's real decent.
Is he? Because
Shout out
This
to
game he
Louisville
didn't.
for losing that game.
next week, which was last Saturday, they beat Cal 17-15. They missed a 40-yard field goal with a few minutes left. He's actually from Pittsburgh. I forget which high school. A little bit north. Missed a shanked one to the right. Holstein forgot how to play football. He literally had 133 yards, 2 interceptions, had a QBR of 25.
Well, he is a freshman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have those games.
And Cal's defense is pretty legit.
Yeah.
Well, they
That's
almost
pretty
beat
good.
Miami. Yeah.
Yeah,
They were
and,
winning. They were killing
Yeah.
them.
What was it, like 3 minutes left in the game and
Yeah.
they blew it?
Des Reed is just an animal. He's
Yeah.
he's a beast. And now we're ranked 20th after that win. So
Did you guys watch the Sax Boy video?
Yeah.
Yes.
I watched the Stacks Boy video.
That was great. Speaking of Holstein and Pitt here, I saw a tweet that said I forget who it was, that said people that attend a Pittsburgh Panthers football game should start treating it like at Sunday church when you pass around the donation.
yeah.
Oh, so that
Yeah.
way you
To
can
pay
get
Holstein.
an
Yeah,
NIL
to
deal
pay
off the
Holstein to
wave.
stay next year. Because if he keeps playing like this, now hear me out.
Hear
If-
me out.
If Pitt goes, what is it now, 11-0?
Yeah, because they have a bye this week.
If
so.
they go whatever it is, if they go undefeated, 1 loss, and we somehow squeak into the college football playoff, which the only way I think we're going to do that is if we beat, my opinion, Clemson in the ACC championship
well,
game.
technically, if we win the ACC,
That's what
then
I'm
we're
saying.
in.
That's the only way we're going to get. We have to win the ACC. If
Clemson's
we
tough.
if we win the ACC, I think he'll stay. Obviously, these big schools are gonna pay him a stupid amount of money. I think, and it's gonna be very.
To be honest, though, like he seems like the type of person to like
Stay.
Pitt gave him that chance, and he's going to like
keep that chance.
Yeah,
because Pitt
I
gave it
don't
to him.
think he'll necessarily play his whole career in Pittsburgh. I think he'll bounce at some point
for the draft.
I think he leaves before the draft.
I don't think he does.
We'll see.
That's my hot take.
So here's
That's
Yeah.
Tiggs'
Wow,
hot
write
take.
that down.
3 years from now. Hey, welcome back to episode 173. Tiggs' hot take did not cash.
From 134 pods ago.
here's my thing. If they get into the college football playoffs,
And Tiggs is 6 and 168.
so if they get into the college football playoffs, right, and you're looking at teams like Ohio State,
Yeah, you're not beating him.
I'm telling you right now, I may have wore my Carolina hockey hat last week. I will be dressed in head to toe.
He'll be like the damn
OSU.
Buckeye.
Yeah, I will. I'll be like Lee Corso with the
With the
Buckeye hat
headgear.
on, sitting right
Wait,
here.
listen, you can get the Garrett Wilson signed jersey. I'll bring my Olave signed jersey, and then we can wear those.
And I'll be cheering for Pitt because you both suck.
Here's what I think. I think that
What do you think?
if our only
No,
two
he's gonna tell
losses
you.
this season are to Clemson, and if they lose the
Miami.
ACC championship game, I think they still get in the playoffs.
Not at 2 losses. I think 1 loss.
I think they could get in with 2 losses.
So it's the winner of the big conferences,
the
right?
Power
Yep.
Four.
Power-
or
the
whatever
Power
that's
Four.
what you
Power
wanna
Five.
call it.
Yeah.
Technically 5 because Pac-12 still exists.
No,
really.
it's like the Pac-12 is part of the Power Four.
So you're looking at ACC, SEC, Big 10, Big 12.
Yeah.
Yes.
So outside of them 4, right? If Pitt wins and Pitt's ranked 17th, they're in. If Pitt loses, they're not in. They have to be ranked. It goes based off a ranking after the
Did they
conference
play, when did they
champions.
play Miami?
They don't.
Like-
Oh, they don't play them this year?
We only
No.
play ranked opponents like the last 3 games of the
Yeah,
year.
I knew
We
that.
play.
Clemson.
We play SM. Clemson's home, and I
Syracuse
will
could very well
100%
be
be there
ranked
if that
when
is
we
a noon or 1 o'clock game. I will 100% be there, and then I'm going straight to the casino.
Yep.
And then I'm going to the Penn's game. But if it's a later game, obviously not.
If
Sounds like a
Syracuse
$1,000
wins
day.
this week during Pitt's bye week, they very well maybe.
You better hope
SMU's
that
currently ranked, I believe.
Yeah.
you better pray to the gods that the OSU bum ass quarterback of Kyle McCord decides to show
Ex-OSU
up.
Quarterback.
He sucked. I hated him last year.
Well, he wasn't good, but now he's balling out in Syracuse.
Well, yeah, when you go from playing the teams that OSU plays to
To
the
the
teams
teams
that Syracuse plays,
Speaking
I think
of,
I could do that.
Ohio State. Did you guys see the ending of that Oregon game?
Yeah, I was pissed.
What an
I'm-
idiot.
I'm not sure what was going through his mind. Like,
I don't think
as-
anything was.
As a quarterback, you have. Well, first of all, they were saying Oregon had 12 men on the field on purpose. Did you
Yeah,
guys
they
see that?
did.
Literally
Yeah,
said
he
yeah.
stepped on right before
That's
the
that's so as a coach that
It's smart.
Bends the rules.
bends. I'd say
Whoa, whoa.
I don't know about bends. Definitely breaks.
breaks the rules.
Breaks. Yeah, definitely breaks them.
Do we roster our varsity goalie on JV so he can play varsity? Yes. Is that a technicality? Yes. Do we do it? Also, yes.
Were you in a locker room? So one of my assistant coaches last night, who you guys all know, Greg, he in our locker room last night, he goes, "I used to hate coaching."
That was at center rink when we were doing that
Oh,
drill.
it might have been.
He's
He-
like, I hated coaching
He
against
said,
you.
"I used to hate coaching against you because you knew the rules and you knew your way around the rules to get them to work in your favor." And I said, "It's not my fault that I understand how the rules work better than the other coaches do. That's on you as a coach." So for him to put 12 guys on the field knowing that it's going to run off 4 to 5 seconds, you take them from having 2 plays left to having 1 play left, and then Will Howard decided it would be a good idea to act like he was in the effing sand lot and just slide into home
Hey,
base.
he had to get the extra half yard.
Yeah, and you lost the game because of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could have kicked a field goal, and you could have won.
I just want to say, college game day when they were in Oregon,
Oh,
Fantastic.
6:30 in the morning.
Hell yeah.
It's pitch black outside.
Packed.
Them kids were sitting there since like 11 o'clock the night before. And what was her name?
Katie Olson.
Katie Olson.
Katie
She's
Olson.
on there.
Oh my god.
And she-
Always sunny in Philadelphia.
And she's like, them hucking fuskies.
Yes.
Pat's like, huck them fuskies. You know what I'm gonna start doing in our podcast? I'm gonna start standing on this chair with my shirt off like Pat.
Right.
And then my chair gives out.
Hey, there's rumblings that Pitt versus SMU will have game day.
Because I forget who's like the top rank, but it's
Penn State and Ohio State is on
It's on
Fox.
Oh,
So they think
believe
that-
me, that whole week, anybody from PSU, you're getting it right in your face. Every Jack Filter, I'm coming right for you.
That's getting cut.
Moving on from the college here, let's move on to the pros.
Yeah, 4 topics real quick. Robert Saleh fired.
See ya.
Jets are ass.
Yeah, you won't be saying that on Sunday.
You imagine getting shit taught by a kid in
6-6
glasses?
the fourth quarter.
Indoors.
Anyways, we'll
And it's
see how the
nighttime.
Jets fare.
He said
Aaron
ass.
Rodgers and Devontae Adams against Joey Island.
They got nothing.
Is Mike Williams a future Pittsburgh Steeler?
No.
Do I want him?
No.
I'm done with this wide receiver
I'm
Steelers
just
guy.
giving
That's the
up
same
on
thing
it.
with the whole Ayuk situation.
Although
We're just going to run by it.
Cordarrelle, you know,
Cordero?
I don't even know how you say it.
Cordarrelle.
He said Cordarrelle.
Yeah.
He said the Corduroy
Toyota-
Bear.
The Toyota Corolla.
Cordarrelle.
The Corolla
Cordell.
Patterson.
You want to watch a quarter roll? Here you go. Here's a quarter. Let's watch it roll.
Anyways, I'll just let him keep doing the recruiting, but I'm just ignoring it.
Aiden Hutchinson, top 5, one of the nastiest leg breaks I've seen.
You can put that right up there with Kevin Ware. Like
Son
Kevin
of a
Ware.
bitch.
Joe Theismann,
D Rose.
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith.
Alex
You
Smith
better put
bad.
that.
You're gonna disrespect Gordon Hayward like that?
That was
Oh,
bad.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
bad.
Who else? Anderson Silva. That was nasty.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think no, that's not
When it
top
wrapped
5.
around.
Anderson Silva's not top 5?
No,
Oh,
Aiden
I thought
Hutchinson's
this
is
was-
Oh, I was
top
about to
5.
say.
That was nasty, but that wasn't
I
like
did forget about
Anderson
that.
you
Silva
didn't see the
decided-
bone on TV.
Anderson Silva decided he was going to try to put his foot down after
Wrap
he
his
just
leg.
yeah.
Yeah, Psycho Sid
like-
from
he's like,
WWE.
Watch me check this kick, and then watch my leg snap in half.
His
It
toes
was-
touched his leg, wrapping around someone else's
He
leg.
knew it too. He goes, "I broke it." I was
Dude,
like,
he casually took off his gloves. He's like, I broke it. I was like,
"Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, you think so?"
I
let's-
hope he can come back.
Not Aaron
Okay.
Judge
That's
hitting
like,
the gritty.
Let's not forget about the ball boy.
Oh
oh, the ball boy got jacked
We
up.
gotta
What
pay
game was that?
respects to him.
Tennessee, Will Levis.
Yeah, Will Levis though, right into that dude.
Yeah, he better give him a
No.
lifetime subscription to mayonnaise for
So
that.
Will
hit.
Levis got pushed out, fell over, and there was a ball boy not looking, kind of looking. I can't remember.
Took his whole ACL.
Literally took his knee folded this
Mm.
way. He had to get carted off with the leg brace and everything.
They put the air cast
But
on.
he gave a thumbs up when he was leaving. So
That's work. That's
Yeah.
definitely work.
He said, "Will."
I forgive you.
Hellman's.
You're paying my hospital
Um,
bill.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Jets, Devontae Adams is a Jet.
He sure is.
There was nowhere else he was going.
No.
You could say he was coming here all you wanted. He was not coming here.
For a conditional third, and
Yeah.
it moves to a second if he's first or second team All Pro, and if the Jets make AFC Championship
Yep.
game.
But does timeout?
Moving back to hockey,
Oh.
Gustafson just scored a goalie goal.
That's pretty sick.
Is that fantasy points?
Do I get fantasy points for that?
Does Devontae Adams know that Aaron Rodgers can't throw the ball
Did you
anymore?
did you see that Aaron Rodgers was on Pat today?
Yeah.
And
he's
Devontae
like-
Adams
yeah,
was right
he's
behind
like-
him.
He's like, come here. And then he just walks in.
So what's next, though?
Amari Cooper also got traded about an hour and a half later.
Yeah.
I think the Bills might have been in on Devontae. Not really sure, but it's definitely a reflection of the Adams trade.
Browns are gonna brown.
I mean, they're done.
Deshaun Watson's the future, baby. 232 guaranteed.
I can't
yeah.
wait for the Browns to go 1-16.
Someone counted.
Is
It's
that-
like 784
Yeah.
more days of Deshaun Watson or something.
No,
Do
it was,
you-
it was like I think it was like right above right around 500 or so.
Do you think that that's honestly the worst trade
Yes.
ever?
It's up there. That's for sure.
In any sport.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
the
know.
Bears trade's
The
pretty
Bears
bad.
trade with Carolina. The Carolina wanted Bryce Young,
Bryce
all
Young.
4'2" of them.
Mhm.
That looks real rough too.
I don't think that Deshaun
Trade-
Watson
trade-
sent
no,
the entire
trade-wise.
Browns franchise back to the 2000s.
But
Just
trade wise, yes.
Trade wise.
The Panthers trade with the Bears was by far worse than the Deshaun Watson trade with Houston.
Yes.
But the money that was also
Deshaun
with
Watson,
Deshaun
the
Watson, the contract that he signed makes that overall transaction worse. Browns are going to brown.
Chubby
Well,
This
yeah,
is-
crab legs. Throw them out there.
The sad thing is, if they
Not
would've-
against us, though,
if
because
they
he'll
would've
throw for 400
kept-
yards.
if they would have kept Baker Mayfield,
yes.
they would have been fine.
yeah.
They would have been fine.
He
What-
beat us in the playoffs.
Do you think that as quickly as they've gone through quarterbacks in the last years, even though Watson's bad, you're like, now we're just gonna have to stick with him?
They don't have a choice.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Tyler Huntley.
You can't cut him. Your only hope is to trade somebody, take him,
No
and,
one's taking
and
him.
cut him for you.
No one's taking
You'd have
Yeah,
to
no one's
surrender.
taking
You'd
him.
have to surrender.
He's due
first
like
round.
80 mil next year
Yeah.
on the cap.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing? How you been?
Speaking of dead cap, our quarterback has dead cap, but not against us, against Denver Broncos.
Chubby's supposed to come back too. No,
How did you
sorry,
go from-
because we were talking about Cleveland. It just
Cleveland.
popped in my head.
I think he is supposed to come back this week.
Yeah, yes.
Brutal.
It's
injury.
been over.
Talk
year
about
now.
a leg injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
over a
guy's
year.
like, oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, buddy, no, his leg's not fine.
we
I
were there.
promise you.
Yeah, that guy behind us said he's fine. I go,
He's fine.
I was like, he just blew every ligament.
The
in his
cart
knee.
couldn't have been going any faster onto the field to get this guy. Oh, he's fine. He'll walk that off.
In complete denial. Like,
Jesus.
Rumor has it.
Not that side note. Not that 15-year-old. Not that 15-year-old sitting in front of us barking the whole game, and then every time we did something, I was like, sorry, I'm done now.
Me and Tiggs nearly held each other on that.
I
first
picked up
interception.
Dylan when Highsmith picked that off.
Yeah, that first
I'm like,
interception to pick the game. Me and Tiggs really fully grasped each other. We're like, let's fucking go.
yeah, how your arm feels right now? That's him. You got a little more meat on your bones.
It's still bruised.
Oh, God.
Next.
And then when TJ got that fumble, I'm sorry, that was it.
Hot take.
and then
Anything Steeler related?
Yeah, Russ is our starting quarterback this week.
No.
Boo.
Boo! I don't want him.
Terrible.
I don't
get
want
it.
him.
I just don't
listen.
get it.
I almost will put money he will not start this week. Like I think it might be a ploy. Like
How much
a
money you want to
Tomlin
put?
head game.
How much money you want to put?
Like $3 maybe.
He is starting this week.
At least 5.
Do you know who we're talking about?
Yeah, this is Mike Tomlin, bro.
Well, like, listen. Here's a concern. Last week our O line looked bad. Justin Fields made a lot of plays with his legs. Russ is taking 10 sacks if he plays last game.
he can't run.
That's
Do
what I
you
mean.
know-
He can't run.
Who we're talking about?
Yeah, Justin Fields.
No, we're talking about Mike Tomlin.
I don't see him playing Russ. I don't see it.
We're not going to tell you
Playing-
all the ingredients to the hot
Taking
dog.
first team reps in a practice means nothing.
It's fair.
At this, if it was training camp, a little different. At this stage, doesn't matter.
Do you think he's saying that for like the Jets to like be kind of confused, and he's going to start
Yes.
Fields regardless?
Yes, I think it's a head game.
I hope you're right.
I think it's a head game right now.
I don't think you're right.
I think
We have
I,
about 2.5 offensive linemen left. So
I think it's a 2-week experiment with Russ. You see what he does against both New York teams on primetime,
I don't like that.
and
I wonder if
I don't like
it's
it either because what I said earlier is if you bench Fields at any point of the season, you go to Russ. Russ stinks. You bring Fields back.
It's
Wait
so
till we
much-
play the Giants.
It's like
after
stripping your
the
captain
Jets.
and inline.
Yeah.
Play-
And then saying, hey, you still got to play hockey, by the way.
Play Fields against a better team, the Jets, and then wait for
The
Russ.
Jets are a better team. They're 2-4.
if you were going to
Well, they're better than the
Russ,
Giants.
The
should have
Giants are
started
also
him
2-4.
last week.
I think they're still better than the Giants though.
Oh yeah, they have Devontae Adams.
I think the only reason you're playing Russ is to see what you have in him in case
like-
you want to trade him at the deadline.
That's why I
But,
said
like,
wait for him to
As
play.
Fields, like, how do you think? Hey, you're 4-2 as a starter. You had a rough 2 games. Hey, go take a seat. Like, why
I
would you
don't.
wanna play
I
after
really
that?
don't think everything that Fields has said.
It's team oriented, but
Yeah, he's a big team first guy.
He's a we, not me.
Yes, love him too. Him
Yeah,
and the
but-
Sun God, put them both up real high.
that PC's growing.
Oh God, dude.
Next.
The Cowboys game, which I did not stay up for because I
I
was
did,
not staying up.
unfortunately.
until 3 in the
Me,
morning.
Tiggs, and Corey
I was up.
unfortunately did.
I was up the whole game.
So my 2 key points were contain Dak and CD, which we did not contain them, and also get Najee going, which I think he also did not get going anywhere. I didn't watch the game, like I said, because it was a rain delay and I had to work the next morning.
It was a rain delay till 1 a.m.
Pretty
It was a
much.
rain delay. They didn't kick off. They kicked off an hour late.
Did you see?
So
9:45
Wait,
kickoff.
yeah.
Did anybody see the live when it was pouring? The live look into the field. It genuinely looked like the river
It
came
looked
up
like
and
Hurricane,
over.
Hurricane Milton.
Yeah, it looked. They showed pictures of the stairs. It would. I was like, my mom's like, how are they gonna get the field ready? I was like,
Well, did you hear they use the same grass as like the PGA Tour does?
yeah,
and
The
then
same drainage system, everything.
They
Yeah.
just replaced all of it too.
Yeah.
they did chop it up to Sunday.
yeah.
So
And then the reporter's standing there. She's like, "There's not many puddles." She steps and splashes.
Oh
all
yeah,
over her.
I
was
saw
like,
that too.
dude, I gotta say the Renegade 1:45 in the morning would go so sick.
that would make you up
They
real quick.
no, the video I saw was Renegade. It was literally almost 1:00 in the morning. They were playing Renegade. I would have been screaming, waking up all the neighbors.
You know how many
That was,
beers I would have drank if I was there?
That was like
I
one of
know.
the most defeated moments of my life, staying up until 1:00 in the
And
morning
watching that
just to
game.
watch that.
And how
That's how the Ottawa Senators felt when Chris Kunitz scored.
Buried.
They stayed up that whole time and then they just got
And
defeated.
quadruple overtime,
Yeah.
whatever it
It was only
was.
double,
Triple.
but That's okay.
how
Was
many
it double?
people caught off
For,
work that next day?
double.
Everyone there. I'm go.
At least 80%,
I'm going at least 20,000 people caught off work in Pittsburgh.
which is the third of it.
That was at the game.
or if they work from home. Like a lot of people work from home on Mondays, and I was like, "Did you go to the game?" He goes, "Yeah, I was up until 2." I was like, "You picked a good."
Yeah,
work
couldn't
from
be
home
me.
day." And then we on to the next game. We beat the Raiders. Right?
Yeah, we smoked them.
We smoked them.
How you doing? How you been?
Stood no
My key to
chance.
the game was don't let Zamir White run, and well, he didn't run because he didn't.
He
play.
didn't
Yeah,
play.
hey, good call.
Yeah,
Hey,
see?
good job,
hey,
Bill.
Hey, technicality. Is Najee back?
No.
Dude, he dove 15 feet. That's crazy. That you think like 5 yards, you're like, 5 yards isn't that far. He dove from here to the bar, bro.
He hurdled somebody. He threw Max Crosby to the ground.
He sure did.
I was so pumped when
Diving
he-
15 feet. Like, all right, put this in comparison.
Still on this?
Diving 5 yards, you don't think it's that far. But when you think of it in feet, that's like
I think he is.
that's
that
like
going because
2.5 of me.
I think that was not entirely a confidence thing, but he looked like he was like,
Pissed.
yeah,
Listen,
like he had a reason.
I've been
to be
saying
doing
that all year so far, that Najee looks so much different than previous years. He's running angry and he's running for a contract.
I hope we re-sign him.
I
I
do too.
I do
really,
too.
I love him.
I've been saying this the whole time.
He
That
Yeah.
juke
dude's
was
fucking
That was the same drive he dove 15 feet. And like I said, 5 yards is a lot different than 15 feet.
Thank you.
That dude's ankles are still on the field.
Yeah,
Sure are.
they're right
so,
next to Aiden
so
Hutchinson's.
Fields' last two games is 131 yards, rain. Put an asterisk next to that, right? And then 145 indoors against the Raiders defense, who isn't really that good.
Is there an asterisk on that one too?
No, 'cause
or-
it's
No.
indoors. An asterisk because it should be double,
And it was a home game.
and it was a home
True.
game.
Are.
Is it a play calling or is it like because obviously he threw for 312 yards 3 weeks ago.
Well, it's a run-heavy offense, so I
Mhm.
don't really care how many passing yards he has if
Hey.
he's scoring points.
A win in my book is a win. I don't care if you throw it for 70 yards or if you throw it for 700 yards. If you throw for 700 yards and you lose, I'm pissed. If you throw for 70 yards and we win, I'm happy.
How about if you throw for 700 yards and a loss? We're pissed though.
That's what I just said.
I thought you said 7 yards.
I mean, I'm happy he did it, but I'm not happy with the loss.
That's
I'm
fair.
probably blaming the defense on that one.
Well, speaking of defense, Watt pretty much saved the. Well, Watt.
My dad.
Sorry, Mark.
Did you tell him
Two.
happy birthday?
I did. I wish him happy birthday.
Not one, but 2 punch fumbles.
Mm-hmm.
Aggressive. They weren't.
Yeah, those were insane punches, honestly. Like this.
Taking those to the-
No.
Him missing and taking those to the bicep.
No.
he's done that. to
He
people.
punched someone in the head last year.
Yeah, I bet you that didn't feel good.
No, for either of them.
Yeah.
But the second one, they had the tackle wrapped, right? Not wrapped, but he was getting tackled by Patrick Queen. He was standing a half yard behind him. So just like Jordan said earlier, just like the IQ that TJ Watt has on the football field to know that tackle is already being secured because you have your men that you ride with behind you, and just to have that knowledge to just go for the punch.
I'm waiting for the day he Superman
Hoorah.
punches
Hoorah.
somebody.
Rerun.
Hoorah!
Do you ever see? You ever notice how far back he winds up though to punch the shit out of those
Yeah, he
things?
gets like.
Yeah, like he could probably go into UFC and knock somebody out.
So I'm waiting for him to Superman
Him versus
punch
Miles
somebody
Garrett
one
for
day.
defensive rookie of the year. Defensive player of the
I
year.
want to see him
I got
come from
Miles Garrett on
5
that,
yards away,
unfortunately.
jump up in the air.
5 yards. 15 feet.
If he jumps up like Roman Reigns and Superman punches somebody, I will go nuts. I'll buy his jersey that moment.
Mid-air, he's cocking it up.
Could you? There's nothing more than I love watching than when he tackles somebody and his helmet comes off and he comes up
Dude, that tight.
does the high kick with the.
Sack.
Oh my!
when he sacked Will Levis here without
Yeah,
his helmet
last
on,
year.
Yeah.
we were
Oh,
there.
yeah, that
I was
the
there.
thing.
Yeah.
I could hear that scream all the way
Yeah.
from the other side.
Yeah.
He's like,
The man does not care if he has a helmet on, pants on. He's still going.
He's
shout out Danny.
My-
You're expecting, by the
my
way.
question is he
Huh?
better?
You're expecting.
Is he better
TJ
than his
Danny.
brother
Yes.
JJ?
Can you
'Cause
say that right now?
I don't
Yes.
know because
He's
JJ,
broken all JJ's records.
but JJ
Like,
was
like
a
quickest.
beast.
JJ was a beast, yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, he just couldn't stay healthy.
I'm gonna say he's better than JJ. Yeah.
And JJ was real good.
Yeah.
JJ was real good.
And I mean,
Do you think he's
Hey.
better than Darnold?
Derek Watt's the best out of the three of them.
No, he's not. Do you think that he's better than Darnold?
It's tough because they're two different.
Aaron
positions.
Donald is possibly a top 5 to 10
I thought you were
player
just
in
having a
NFL
stroke, so
history.
I'm glad you're done.
I'm gonna say not yet. End of his career, probably, if he continues on this path.
I mean, I've never seen. Now, mind you, when he came back, when he got drafted, that was when I started getting back into football. I've never seen somebody for as consistent as he is take over games the same way he
He's
does.
a game wrecker.
Shout out the Cowboys, Taco Charlton. Because didn't they draft before us? I'm pretty sure
What the hell is this guy saying?
they took
He's talking about
Taco
Watt.
Taco Charlton was an
Is he
edge
a
rusher.
He was an edge rusher. I just don't know if
I
that
can't
was
remember
the
if
same
the
draft.
Cowboys took him after or before the
Fun
Steelers.
fact, he ended up playing for us. I think he was
did
on a roster
for
last
like
year.
2 games.
Yep.
Shout out Taco. We're gonna look forward to the next 2 weeks. We've been talking a lot about the Jets. 2 matchups to watch is Joey Porter against, I'm gonna say, Garrett Wilson. I'm not sure how much Adams is gonna truly play. I don't know how much he knows the playbook, but I feel like he's still gonna get that assignment.
Rogers gonna be
Yeah,
like,
I
he's
was
down
gonna
there
say,
somewhere.
There's no playbook. It's him and Aaron Rodgers.
And then Sauce versus Pickens. This is gonna be, that one has a chance of a fist fight, like 100%.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
might be. it
George's
might
gonna be
be,
swinging.
It might be Andre Johnson, Cortland Finnegan all over again.
That was a killer fight.
It might be. So
Hey.
that's that matchup.
Dante Jackson's
Sneaky.
underratedly
So is
very
Deshaun
good.
Elliott.
this
We
year.
we got the better part of that deal. We got the
I don't know,
better
Jonathan's got
Deontay.
like 4 touchdowns. this
Okay,
year.
hear me out on
Yeah,
this.
but he's playing with.
Hear me out.
Hear
Okay.
me out, dude.
Was it a good trade?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it was a win-win.
But our backup plan for trading Deontay has fallen through now twice.
Yep.
We
Do you think
had
there ever was a backup plan? Do you think
100%.
like cons like this, and this,
100%.
and we haven't done any of those?
You know what I'm really shocked by?
Russell Wilson.
That too.
I don't understand that. But Hunter Renfrow is just a free
agent still?
agent.
Yeah,
What is-
why?
Why don't we go and get him? He's like one of the purest route
There's
runners.
got to be.
What's
things
Nate
that-
Washington doing?
He's 41. Try again.
I mean, I also don't understand why they just didn't bring Juju back. We needed a slot receiver,
Yeah,
and
look
he's
at
a
him. He's
very
got
good slot
150 yards a
receiver.
game now.
That was one game, bud.
You know who else is
Game
another
before that.
wide receiver that we're linked to? Michael Thomas.
No thanks.
And
Has he
I-
played yet?
Give me
He
slants,
was
boy.
He was on the.
He's hurt. He has he had a foot injury. No, he had a foot injury. He's coming back from.
Yeah, he's had a foot injury for the last 12 years.
He's their
Yep.
wide receiver 1 now, though.
Who?
Yeah.
Michael Thomas, because
Oh,
Olave's
Olave's dead.
concussed.
He's not on the Saints anymore.
Rashid Shaheed.
Oh, yeah,
He's a
that's right.
free agent.
That's right.
They didn't
That's what
re-sign
I
him.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I said.
said. So
Uh,
I can reiterate.
I mean, if he's a free agent, I'm taking a flyer on that.
So
Why
he's
not?
so the top 3 receiver free agents are Michael Thomas, Renfro, Julio Jones.
Nate Washington.
I'll take any of them.
Yeah, I don't know what we're
Maybe in
waiting.
their prime.
Does AB
I
count?
don't.
Yeah, bring AB.
I
back.
don't know.
Valid.
I don't know why they
I wish I
just
was
don't
at the
take a
tailgate.
flyer on one of them. Who cares?
We're training for D-Hop.
Yeah,
I
it's a good
actually
one.
wouldn't mind that. Honestly.
Get Calvin Ridley. Get him out of there. He's pissed.
Next.
My last key to the game for the we're gonna go to the Giants here is just simple: get TJ to Danny Dimes.
Yeah, and he's gonna
and
kill
that
him.
game is over.
And he's going to
I
kill
don't
him.
think you
He's
going to
look like Danny Nichols after.
It doesn't even have to be TJ. You bring anybody
Yeah.
in there, he's fumbling.
Danny Pennies is gonna get crushed.
I think I have a sneaky submission. We might beat the living shit out of the Giants. But
we should. We should put them right
and
in
that's the
there.
game we lose by 17.
yes, that's the one.
Yes.
Malik Neighbors
Trap
has
game.
200 yards and
Yeah.
4 touchdowns.
Trap
Right.
game.
Did you say trap game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Walk into a trap, take over your trap.
Banger song. Anyways, that's all I got for the grass until next time.
Lit.
2 things
Fucking
we'll talk about
gross.
before we get into hard takes here. Pitt women's volleyball suffered their first loss of the season to SMU,
Mhm.
3-2.
Yep.
After they just smoked them 3-0 like 4
Yeah.
days
Yeah.
prior.
Great. It was a great match.
It was.
Great match.
Sucks. I didn't know
Still,
that.
Still won.
I'm still waiting on my tickets because they changed everything up
Yeah, they did.
and they basically made it so it was originally general admission. Now they took it out that you actually have seats. I emailed them 3 times about my tickets. Still waiting to hear back, so I'm about to walk my happy ass
Right to the Pete.
right over to the Pete and say, "Hey,
You're closer to Pete than I am.
my tickets."
So
If it's still GA, we're sitting.
it's not GA.
It's not
They're
GA. You get
associated.
assigned
get
seats.
now.
I'm still waiting for my seats. I literally day after I bought the tickets, they changed it from general admission,
Oh.
so they took the tickets out of everyone's account.
But
and
they
I'm s-
didn't email you. They're like, I found it on the website. I was like, hey, you should probably like.
I'm literally I'm just gonna email them every day.
There's no change in hot takes.
It was the same as Dylan's. I didn't realize.
last thing I have here, Khalil Roundtree is a badass, but
Prayer
Pereira.
killed him.
Alex Pereira is probably one of the baddest dudes on the
That's
planet.
badass.
Remember I always said like, do not F with list. Alex Pereira has taken over that top spot,
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Dude,
Mark
he-
Henry was number 1.
Mark
Now it's
Henry.
Alex
Henry.
I think this list changes every time. we go
It
over.
does.
We need to put out for all of our listeners Zach's official list. Like,
I do
you
an
need to
official
make
list.
your list,
Chapman
and we
was
gotta
in
put
the
it up.
top 5, and I didn't know if he's still there.
Yeah, we need to put out that list.
Mark Henry's falling off the list.
When was he ever on? This is the first time you mentioned this.
Zach's like, from when I was 10 years old, and he was world's strongest slamming the Big Show through the table.
You know what? We could do that for a draft as a game night one day.
I like
Take
that.
a draft of 5 guys we wouldn't F with.
Put it on the list,
On
but
the
not
list.
Zach's list.
Not my list.
There we go.
Moving on to our hot takes here. Jimmy, what do you got?
Before I want to do my hot take, I do want to say today's Nate Dawson's birthday. R.I.P. Nate.
Shout out Nate.
My hot take this week is the Steelers defense keeps the Jets and the Giants below 24 points combined.
Combined.
I thought it was 20 last night.
It was, but they traded for Adams, so I upped it.
Yeah,
I upped it 4 points.
It was actually 4.
Yeah, because the Jets might score 21 and the Giants are going to score 3. So.
Okay. All right.
All right, Corey.
Yeah, since,
Let's
since,
hear it.
yeah,
Let's
since
hear it.
Tiggs likes to call me out,
I got something
asshole.
for you here. Let's hear it.
Why?
No, just go
Go
ahead.
ahead, say it.
Go ahead, say
Did I
it.
mess up already?
No, go ahead,
Is this
say
like
it.
the Carlson thing all over again?
No, just go ahead. Say
I'm not
it.
going to say this. You're going to be like, ah, you're an idiot!
No, just say it. You just made the list. Just say it.
Say
Alright,
it.
well,
I don't know what's going on.
Big day at the paint bucket tomorrow. We got 2 milestones are about that.
2.
Sid? I don't like where this is
He's
going
so
at all.
scared.
1,600 point milestone?
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, you are cringing at the toes, ready to yell at me
I'm
for
just
something.
waiting for you to say it.
Think y'all can already get 500 goals?
No.
Brother.
Okay, so 1,600 point
really.
milestone for Sid and 500 goals milestone for Gino.
Okay.
Did I spell Sabres wrong? No.
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 If Sid assists on Malkin's 500th goal, I'll count that as 2 hot takes for you.
Put it in stone.
I'm
and
like
let me
sitting
sign
here
it.
reading.
Hey,
Here we go, Idaho.
Hey, let's go.
You know why? You know why I'm saying this? Because you know
He
who
feels bad for
assisted
you.
on Crosby's 500th goal?
Mario.
Gino. So
I'm like
if,
sitting there thinking, like, did they not play the same?
That might
Yeah.
be bound
Is
to
that what it
happen.
is?
Honestly, that might be storybook.
if Gino assists, if
If
Sid
Crosby
assists on
assists.
Gino's 500th goal,
2.
that'll count for 2 hot takes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Then
Coming
you're
for you,
right.
Tiggs.
Then you're right behind me.
Yeah, then you're at 5. Corey's like, oh.
I'll be sweating. I'm going there tomorrow, too.
Wait,
We'll be there too.
caveat. How about if neither of them scores, you go for 2?
Yep.
Oh, whoa. No, we already shook on the +2, not the -2. All right? Here we go.
All right, Tiggs, what you got?
So I had to change this on the fly here because I realized that my
Yeah,
was the same as Dylan's.
Yeah, you can't read.
I'm going to say the Steelers have 2 or more picks on Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
He's been in
Okay.
an interception throwing frenzy lately. So
Mhm. You know who hasn't been? Josh Allen.
yeah, no.
Yeah, 0
none-
picks.
none.
0.
You're
Fields
welcome.
has 1.
You're welcome.
Fields does have
he
1.
probably had more points than Fields this week.
Yeah,
didn't
but it
he?
doesn't matter because
Yeah, but
you
let's-
didn't play James. Thanks. How you doing?
Yeah, well,
All right, what do you got?
I'm going to say Pickens has a combined 200-plus yards and 2 or more touchdowns combined versus the Jets and the Giants.
Okay, well, you better send a prayer upstairs.
You know what that means? She's going to have 20 yards
Yeah.
and
4 scores.
He doesn't even have a touchdown yet this year.
Nope.
All right, though. That's a
Is that Minka will get his first interception of the year?
Okay.
really weird is when we were filling this out, I almost put that down. Like,
Really?
literally, yeah. Like 3 days ago, I was like, damn, it'd be a good time for Minka, but I was like, no, we're going to.
He hasn't had a pick in a while. I don't know when the last one he had
There's
last
not
year
too
was.
many
Well,
deep
it's
balls
'cause
that
he's
he's
usually
faced so far
lined
either.
up at the line of scrimmage trying to stop the run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it.
All right.
Like I
Okay.
said earlier, episode 39. It was actually episode 40.
Oscar
Truth.
Sundquist.
I can't wait for
Oh.
episode.
That's also Danny Martell's number. He's a Hall of Famer for the Pirates.
Shout out Jordan.
Yeah, thanks
Jordan.
for coming on.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
If you're still listening, appreciate your time. I will be sure to take you up with an offer for the field passes, not on opening day next year.
Not Tiggs either, so.
You know what I didn't say last podcast?
Get you in, get out.
No.
I
No,
didn't
he
think
did.
we'd make it past 5.
Yep, I was.
And here we are, 5 times 8, 40 episodes in.
Well, that was
Math,
math.
big
Whoa.
math guy.
10 more till 50.
We gotta do a spectacular.
And
60 more till 100.
about 250 more until
I get a hot take
Holstein's
right.
Still with Pitt.
And I think carry 33 more till Corey gets the next hot take right. And yeah, thanks
Joke's
for
on
listening,
you, 'cause
watching, subscribing.
This game tomorrow, we're going.
They're
plus
both
two.
gonna
Okay,
score
where are you
list.
sitting? Because if Malkin comes and gets a goal from Sid, I'm kind of kissing you.
I'd rather take a
We're,
milkshake.
we're getting shut out. I hope you're happy.
And on that note, get ins or get out. Jordan, thanks again. We'll see you next time. Peace.
What a pro wants. What a pro needs.
Fucking hot. Boom! I'll grab it.
Aaron Rodgers, we were just talking about football.
Hot start.
Yep. We can cut that out and restart.
Speaking of looking better than ever, that hat goes hard, Ticks. Kind of like it.
Tell you.
We're the ones. You're the twos.
Next,